Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
Double honors unto our apostles, our elders, and our teachers at Great Millstone that are ruling well and continue to do so. Salutations, peace, and blessings unto the hopeful elect, that house of David. To you brothers out there fighting this good fight of faith, keep it up. To you sisters doing that which is becoming of women, shalom. And to those that are addicted unto this ministry, we say shalom. Lord's one, this is edifying street preaching. We're out here to do what we do best: edify, prophesy, teach. We will give you the two most important things you could ever know: the name of our Heavenly Father and the name of His only begotten Son, and their true and proper names in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew. Our language, the Lashwan Kodash, which means holy tongue. Lashwan meaning tongue or language, and Kodash meaning holy. Now these be the names that are written. The name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. Yah meaning He. Hawa meaning exist or is to be. He is, He exists. He, the existing one, for He is a rewarder of them that diligently seeks Him. And in the name of His only begotten Son, who has a name that is above every name, given amongst men here on earth, to the Israelite man first, and also to the believer, consisting of women, children, helps of the prophets, and those that have faith, they be calling upon that name, even that mighty name, the name Yahweh, Yah meaning He, Hawashai meaning deliverer and savior. For that is exactly what He will come and do for the second time in physical form, yet as an angelic force. For we shall see Him as He is, and we shall be like Him. So Lord's willing, this is edifying. We're going to get right into it. Okay. Now we're going to start, the brothers got the article real quick. We have an article, but before you get that article, get Obadiah. Read that 6th verse, and then we're going to get into the article.
All right, so this is the book of Obadiah, verse 6, and it reads, "How are the things of Esau searched out?"
So how are the things of Esau searched out? Through the internet. Through everything that has been placed on the World Wide Web. That is how the things of Esau are searched out. Even the elite saying the worst thing we could have done is created the internet, but it wasn't you that created the internet, it was the Lord that created it. And it's spoken about in the book of Psalm chapter 19, that it was always meant to come. You wanted to use it for evil, but the Lord used it for good. So now, through the internet, we have found you out. And now, we are coming to the forefront and letting the world see you for what you are, for you will be revealed in your times.
Right.
And it's in the time of great intrigue. It's in the time of knowledge being greatly increased. It's in the time of the internet. It's in the time of the World Wide Web. It is in the time of everything being interconnected. Your time, the time of the wicked. You shall be revealed. You are being revealed. Galah in the Hebrew, which means to reveal or to declare. Go ahead.
How are His hidden things sought up?
So how are there hidden things sought up? Through the history, through books, through reading. And now all those things have been codified and ordered on the internet. It's just the perfect light, the Urim and the Thummim, that the priests used to tell them the truth about a matter, whether they knew it or not. This is telling us the truth about the whole matter. Here first is in the Bible, but then it's on the net. And that's why we're spreading the word on the net. They see we're fishers. And soon, we're going to be hunters. Go ahead, Doc.
Let me get verse 7 too. This is verse 7, and it reads, "All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border."
You declaring war on the world through terrorists, where the world is fighting back. So it says those that had a league with you, a confederacy, they laid a wound under you. They're using your bread. They're using the dollar for what it is, but now they're breaking away. They're breaking off. BRICS nations. That was the spearhead of this whole thing. But soon, the trade wars or the tariff wars are going to lead to what? Real wars. Go ahead, huh?
It reads, "The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee."
Oh, the men that were at peace with you have deceived you. Because they were like, all right, you're going to put this much amount of tariffs on us, then we're going to put the equal amount on you, or even greater amount. Because they already know. The nations know. See, America think they smart, but the nations know that, no, you used to produce things and send it out to the rest of the world in like the 50s and 60s, but now you're a consumer-based nation. You get everything brought to you. So if you put a tariff on the world for us to bring our goods into your land for a higher price, well, it's going to be a higher price for you to even get us to bring these goods from our lands to yours. Even if it's hostile nations. And a lot of the things we get the goods from are from hostile nations. Go ahead, Doc.
And prevailed against thee.
And they're going to prevail against you because the Lord has saw fit for you to fall, for you to go down, for you to not stand on your P's and Q's. Hence, Isaiah 19. There shall be no work for Egypt to do, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. The Nile is going to dry up. The Nile of ancient Egypt was the economic center of that kingdom. When the Nile was turned to blood, that stopped everything. When the Nile was turned to blood and the fish died in the river because they didn't just use it for a place of trade, but they used it for food. So when the economic crash comes, it's going to be the stop of your food, the stop of your goods, the stop of your locomotion, the stop of your logistics. It's going to be the stop of it all. Go ahead, huh?
They that eat thy bread have
they that use the dollar, saying they laid a wound under you. So they're using it for their own good to build up their kingdoms, but then they sending it right back to you and saying we don't want to deal with it no more. So you see how that works? They're like, we're using the dollar because it's the world currency, but it's losing its power, so we're going to use it for what it's worth, and we're going to give it right back to you and while we're using it, we're going to lay a wound under you. We're going to be cutting you real slow and deep. So when we break off, you ain't going to have a leg to stand on. Literally. Go ahead, huh?
They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
There's no understanding in you and American people. Ain't no understanding in the cabinet of Trump. There's no understanding in you. You think you can do what you did 50 years ago or 70 years ago, but you can't do that. The world is not as it was. It is a new world now. Hey, the world is not as it was when you were putting these threats on these other nations. What is it, what, in the 50s? Jake was still segregated. Jake didn't have no voice. Jake couldn't talk. And now we're out here talking to you through the Bible. And you have these nations that are no more afraid of you. They got the same weaponry you have. Sorry. They can put tariffs on you now. You're not a nation that produces. You're a nation that consumes. So now they have the power. And this is what the Lord have done. Go ahead, up.
Verse 8. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, even destroy the wise man out of Edom?
There are no wise men out of Edom anymore. And you had wise men among the Germans, but now that's breaking off. That conglomerate that you had, that EU, they're starting to break away from you. The beast is starting to hate the whore. They're going to make you naked, which means they're going to strip you. They're going to cut you off. You're already in that isolationist spirit. So these other nations are starting to think about their nations. Now, maybe we have to isolate. Maybe we need to break away and do our own thing. Maybe we need to join forces with the enemies of America to make them our allies. Go ahead, up.
And understanding out of the mount of Esau.
There's no understanding in the mountain of Esau. The top mountain of Esau is America. There's no understanding in this place. And it's going to trickle down to the rest of the mountains that are Edomites. Whether it be the Russians, whether it be the French, whether it be the Spanish. They're all in cahoots with each other, but yet they're falling apart because together they're united, they're strong, divided, they're going to fall. And it starts economically. They're all in one bed for this digital system. But that ain't going to mean nothing because that digital system is only going to be standing for a small time and then it's going to fall to nothing. Now get that article.
This is from APnews.com. The headline reads, Trump's China tariff shocks U.S. importers. One CEO calls it the end of days.
Hey, could you get Chronicles? I believe it's First Chronicles 15. Go there.
All right. So, Washington, AP, Rick Waldenberg thought he had come up with a surefire plan to protect his Chicago area educational toy company from President Trump's massive new taxes on Chinese imports.
That dude Waldenberg is a rat. You already know, got the Berg in there. So you know it's an Amalekite. They even there, not in cahoots or on the same page as the standing administration. But that goes to show you it's a cruel Lord as it is written in Isaiah. He's going to be a cruel Lord and a fierce king is going to rule over you Egyptians, you Americans. What?
It says, I had made a plan to he said he announced that he would, Salakia, when he announced a 20% tariff, I made a plan to survive 40%. And I thought I was being very clever. The CEO...
There's no understanding in them like we just read. Like you just read. There's no understanding in the mountain of Esau. They don't know what to do. They're trying to do it economically. They're trying to do it politically. And none of the things are working because the Lord is thwarting all of their plans. He's throwing them all down. They may build, but the Lord is going to throw down. He meant what he said. That. Go ahead, up.
It says a third-generation family business that has been manufacturing in China for 4 decades. I had worked out that for every I had worked out that for every very modest price increase, we would withstand 40% tariffs, which was unthinkable increase in cost. His worst case scenario wasn't worst case enough, not even close. It says the American president quickly upped the ante with China, raising the levy to 54% to offset what he said China's unfair trade practices. Then enraged, China retaliated, and the terrorists of its own, he upped the levies to a staggering 145%.
Read that part again. Huh?
It says, then enraged when China retaliated with tariffs of its own, he upped the levies to a staggering 145%.
Start at 21. Well, now you stop right there and read this, but read from the 20th verse. Yeah. Because you got to remember, these nations are in cahoots against Israel. We have no standing army. We have no help but in the Lord. So these nations will always join together to come up against Israel. That's ultimately who we're striking against.
That's right.
But they're going against Babylon, ultimately. Where the bulk of the tribes at? In America, in Babylon. So these nations going against America is going to be a trickle effect to the tribes. Now, if you don't trust in the Heavenly Father and His Son, you're done. 2/3 are going to be cut off and die in this place. But the elect is going to be preserved. That's why it says, those that trust in the Lord, those that are the servants of the Lord, are going to eat, while others are going to be starving. We're going to drink while others are thirsty. We're going to be rejoicing while others are in disarray. Go ahead, Doc.
This is 2 Chronicles chapter 20, beginning at verse 20. And it reads, and they rose early in the morning and went forth into the wilderness of Tekoa. And as they went forth, Jehoshaphat stood and said, hear me, O Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem.
This is what we telling our people, man. Stop believing in this administration and what the tariffs are going to do. The elect is going to trust in Yahweh Shema Shai regardless.
That's right.
And this is what Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shaphat, the Lord's judgment, that's his name, he was telling to the people. He said, hear me, O Judah and Jerusalem. All Israel, hear me. He was in the wilderness. They had to go out to war, but the battle wasn't theirs. The battle was the Lord's. But they still marched out there in the spirit of the Lord, singing. See, we're marching out towards our enemy, singing. We have no power but in the Lord. Go ahead, up.
Believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, your power, so shall ye be established.
See, believe in the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, your power, and you shall be established. Go ahead, up.
Believe his prophets.
Believe his prophets. Beginning with our apostles and elders.
That's right.
And the brothers you hear and see. Believe. Not us, but believe the words that are being spoken. Believe. Go ahead, up.
Believe his prophets, so shall ye prosper.
Believe his prophets, and so shall you prosper. Hey, we got through 2020 when most people didn't make it out. We got through the jabby jab. We didn't offer our arm, but we offered our supplication. We offered our needs to the Lord in that time, and the Lord got us through. And now we're here, 5 years later. Go ahead, up.
That's right.
And when he had consulted with the people, he appointed singers unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Hey, so the Lord have appointed singers in this time to
right.
sing this new song that the Lord placed in our mouths, man. Go ahead, up.
And that should praise the beauty of holiness.
Woo, so that we should praise the beauty of holiness. Go ahead, up.
As they went out before the army.
So the singers went before the army. See, hey, aren't we before the armies of heaven?
Okay.
The singers are out there. The men of the Lord were singing. And then the armies will follow suit. Go ahead, up.
And to say, praise Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai.
Hey, call Haloyim La Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Hello Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Praise Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Go ahead.
For his mercy.
For his mercy.
Endureth forever.
For his mercy endureth forever. That's what the priest was sing. For his mercy endureth forever. Like on the King David movie. They were singing that, man. And even when that dude saw us going crazy, killing the priest, they were still saying that while they was dying. His mercy endures forever. How about that? That's power. Go ahead, out.
And when they began to sing and to praise.
Woo! And when they began to sing, what? And to praise. Go ahead, out.
It says, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai set ambushments against the children of Ammon,
Whoa.
Moab, and Mount Seir.
Woo! Aren't they interconnected right now? Ain't they going to war with terrorists right now? They're all in cahoots against us. But once we began to sing and praise, the Lord put ambushments against them.
That's right.
So now they're going to war with each other. First, trade wars.
Trade wars,
Well, first it was politically, because before Trump got in there, they was all cool with that demon Biden. But once Trump got in there, it was a new administration. It was a war politically. Then it began to be a war economically. Then it's going to be trade-wise and goods, the supply and demand. Then it's going to be physical.
That's right.
There's going to be troops on the ground. Go ahead, out.
And Ammon represents the so-called Japanese, Moab, the so-called Chinese.
Which your brother was reading in the article that those are the main big hitters in this trade war.
And then we
mainly China.
I was gonna say we can't forget about Mount Seir, representing Esau Edom, so-called white man.
And Mount Seir represents all the Edomites, whether it be the Russians, the French, the Italians, the Canadians. They're all in cahoots. Even with Mexico, though Issachar is down there in that land, the ruling class of Mexico are Edomites. Go ahead.
It says, which were come against Judah.
So they would come against us. They would come against Judah. Go ahead.
And they were smitten, for the children of Ammon and Moab. For the children of Ammon and Moab stood up against the inhabitants of Mount Seir.
Oh, that's what they're doing economically now. Now go ahead, bring out whatever you the article, right? It's all good. If it pertains to what the brothers reading, bring it out. If it doesn't,
I just want to make one quick statement. Because you mentioned Ammon and Moab, Japan and China, right? They currently hold the most depth from Babylon.
From Babylon,
That's it. But I'll
that's
go back
spirit,
to the
though. Hey, see, they was helping Mount Seir at the first, but now they're gonna throw him down, as the scripture stated. Now this was a military campaign. How much more? Well, in order to have a military campaign, you need what? Money. So if it's a war and a trade, you need to feed your armies, right? Well, that's what's happening now in the spiritual sense. And they trying to come up against us again. And if you can find that point in the scripture where it says the Lord didn't allow us to invade their lands when we was coming out of Egypt, how they have
This in the same chapter?
I believe so. Has to be. It's talking about Jehoshaphat. There we go.
Verse 10.
Yep.
You gonna be jump here and read it before you get that, or?
Read verse 9 actually. Well, verse 7. Shoot, hey.
I know it all.
Well, hey, verse 6. Go ahead. Yeah.
All right. In 2 Chronicles, the 20th chapter, we're going to jump up to verse 6.
Lift up thy voice, Lord.
It reads, and said, verse 5, it says, and Jehoshaphat stood in the congregation of Judah and Jerusalem.
All Israel. He stood in the congregation to speak to them before war broke out. Go ahead,
in the house of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai before the new court.
Bayat Allah, the house of the power, which you know is Beth El, but it's Bayat Allah, house of the power. House of the power of Jacob, the house of our power. Go ahead,
and said, O Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, power of our fathers, are not thou power in heaven?
Is not our power the power in heaven? Is this not our power who have set up this kingdom? And it's the same power that's going to throw down this kingdom. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai set up America, and he's going to throw it down just the same.
That's right.
Go ahead,
And rulest not thou over all the kingdoms of the heathen?
Woo! So the Lord has the kingdoms of the heathen going head up with one another first, economically, politically, and then trade-wise. Trade wars. The tariff wars. You fought in the tariff wars? Yeah. You served in the Clone Wars? Yeah. That's what's going on right now. All these nations are going to war with America over tariff wars now. Because Trump, when he first got in there, he put tariffs on the rest of the nations, and they couldn't really fight against that because the dollar still had power. But then years later, when he came in on his second term, he has no power with those tariffs because these nations are now linked with the BRICS nations.
Yep.
And they already, the de-dollarization of the West. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, and in thy hand is there not power and might?
See, in the hand of our God, there's power and might. But the Lord likes to show things before he shows things, if you can understand that. See, trade wars lead to what?
Yeah,
real wars. We got to keep saying that because you idiots out here don't understand that. You're going to have to pay more at the pump. You're going to have to pay more at the grocery store.
Yep.
But why? War is coming. The Lord's servants are going to eat. You are going to be hungry. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, and in thine hand is there not power and might, so that none is able to withstand thee?
There's none able to withstand the might and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. See, when Trump got in there, he said, I'm going to stop the war. No, war is coming. When he got in there, he said he's going to make the peace talks with the Russians, but now they deemed America a hostile nation for the first time in history.
Yeah, kind.
And then you have China, which holds majority of America's debt, and Japan. They have now linked up and they're going to war with America tariff-wise. And that's going to lead to actual war. Go ahead, Doc.
Are not thou our power?
And the Lord's going to drive them out again.
That's right.
And now he's pulling them out. He's actually baiting them out for war. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, who didst drive out the inhabitants of this land before thy people Israel, and gavest it to the seed of Abraham, thy friend, forever.
Woo! He gave it to us forever. So you landed troops in Yemen and all that crap. And you know that's a part of Abraham's promise right there. All that land right there from the great river Euphrates to the rivers of Egypt.
That's right.
All that land was promised to Abraham. You got all these clowns fighting over it. It don't belong to none of you. You all going to be driven out of there. That's right. The Lord's going to vanquish the enemy. Go ahead, Doc.
And they dwelt therein, and have built thee a sanctuary therein for thy name, saying, if, when evil cometh upon us, as the sword.
Hey, now we built a sanctuary there during the time of Solomon, and then it was destroyed by the Babylonians. Really the Edomites, if you can get that in the Apocrypha, that the Edomites laid waste to our temple. Then it was rebuilt during the time of the prophets and their contemporaries. Ezra. Yeah. All right. Who else? Is Ezra. It was Ezekiel. And the contemporary of those different prophets, Haggai, all right? All the different prophets, whether they were major or minor, but they're all major, right?
Yeah.
They rebuilt the temple. And then it was destroyed during the time of the Romans. All right? About 40 years after the Lord said, when you see the armies come, flee to the mountains. Don't even go back to get a coat. Just get out of there. So it hasn't been a standing temple since that time. But yet the Lord has his temple among his people, among his men, so that anywhere in the world we can call to the Lord, he will hear us. And that was what you were about to read. I know you was going to get something. Go ahead, get it.
I was going to get something just showing that we are the temple.
Yep, and then you go back to that.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, straight to the point, verse 16. It reads, know ye not that ye are the temple of the Heavenly Father?
It's his people. Those are his people. He will always choose his kind over mankind. Every time.
And that the Spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai dwelleth in you.
Woo. The Spirit of our God dwells in us.
That's right.
It doesn't dwell in any of you other people. Y'all have another spirit on you. The spirit of the devil, Satan. And he works for the Lord.
On this side is dwelling within the elect. Not all Israel.
Not all Israel. Because they're of the devil. Their father, the devil. and his lust will they choose every time.
That's right, bro.
Go ahead,
back in 2 Chronicles chapter 20, picking it up at verse 9, it reads, if, when evil cometh upon us, as the sword, judgment, or pestilence, or famine, we stand before this house, and in thy presence, for thy name.
See, he says, stand before this house, and what? And in thy presence. See, the temple is no longer, but we're still in the presence of the Lord.
That's right, bro.
So he's going to hear us. Go ahead, Doc.
For thy name is in this house.
Woo! So the name of the Lord is literally in our DNA. We are those lively stones creating a spiritual temple, sending up spiritual sacrifices to our high priest ever in the heavens, even Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. Go ahead, Doc.
And cry unto thee in our affliction.
So we're crying to the Lord our power in our affliction. Not in the affliction of the world, our affliction, the affliction of Israel. We're crying to our God, and he's hearing us. And these other nations go one against another. Go ahead, Doc.
Then thou wilt hear and help.
Then the Lord will hear, and he will help us, because he has promised us that. Go ahead, Doc.
You want me to continue? Yeah. It says, and now, behold, the children of Ammon and Moab and Mount Seir.
Oh, see? That's just a few of our enemies.
Yeah.
But they're the main catalyst of being enemies. Because China taking on these damn devils, you should just let these motherfuckers fall to nothing. And Ammon, you've been fucking bombed 2 times by these devils. He's still gonna help them out. And then you got Mount Seir, which has been a deadly enemy. But yet, the Lord was like, see, y'all joining forces against my people, but now I'm gonna go against you. That's why we gotta call you out. That's why Moab is a very pivotal catalyst of this war, because it said that the hook says it's gonna be in the jaws. It said that Moab was gonna be a wash pot, a boiling up, to make the east go against the west. Go ahead, up.
It says, whom thou wouldest not let Israel invade.
See, the Lord is see, Jehoshaphat is going all the way back to the history.
Yeah.
We didn't invade these certain lands of these heathen because we were told not to invade them, but go around them and go into your own land. But yet, you heathen are in our land, and you're coming against us. You're in our neighborhoods. So now the Lord is going to go to war with you. Go ahead, Al.
When they came out of the land of Egypt, but they turned from them and destroyed them not.
See, we didn't destroy them because the Lord told us not to. Go ahead, Al.
Behold, I say how they reward us, or how they reward us.
Yeah, read that again.
Yeah,
huh?
verse 11.
I say how they have rewarded us, like damn, like we didn't do nothing to them, but they're coming against us. So now, according to thus saith the Lord, we have permission to come against you. First, we're going to tell you how you're going to fall, and then you're going to fall. Then you're going to go into captivity and slavery. Then you're going to be exterminated. We have to tell you that because you tried to exterminate us. You enslaved us. So now it's going to come back to you. The empire of Yahshua will make earth better than it ever was.
That's right.
Go ahead, Doc. But what if they resist?
That's why we are here.
Why we're here. To keep them from resisting. To show them how wrong they are. That they could be a part of something bigger. Or die.
It is what it is.
That's the coldest line, man. We're going to keep using that, man, till kingdom come. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, behold, I say how they reward us.
Yeah.
To come to cast us out of thy possession.
People of earth, we know we didn't destroy your cities. You destroyed your cities because you thought you could fight back. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, which thou hast given us to inherit.
See, the Lord has given us the land of Israel to inherit, not that little strip of nothing. We're talking about that whole fertile crescent from the great river Euphrates to the great river of the Nile. And then where Yemen is, that's at the foot end of that fertile crescent. So Yemen and all those fucking places, that's all our land. That belongs to the so-called Negro, West Indian, Haitian, Puerto Rican, all the way down to the Mexican. That belongs to us. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, oh, our power, will thou not judge them?
The Lord is going to judge them. But it's like, but when? You know, but how? See, the Lord is doing it even here and now. Go ahead, Doc.
For we have no might against this great company that cometh against us.
And this was at the time when we actually had an army in the military. Yeah. And even Georgia, at this time, we have no might. You know? So we really have no might now. Yeah. We have no standing army. All we have is Yahweh Bashim Shai.
That's right.
That's all we have is our power. The God of the Israelites. That's all we have. And all you people are going to know for certain that there is a God in Israel, that all this company may know that there is a God in Israel. Go ahead, Doc.
Neither know we what to do. but our eyes are upon thee.
Yeah, that's the spirit, bro. We were perplexed, but not in the spirit. But brother can get that in Corinthians because he said, we don't know what to do. Now you go to the word perplexity, not knowing which way to turn, not knowing what to do.
Not having the answers,
But we going to turn to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai always.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It says, neither know we what to do, but our eyes are upon thee.
See, our eyes are upon the Lord. Go ahead.
And all Judah stood before Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai with their little ones, their wives, and their children.
Woo, that's it. That's it.
God. You want me to keep going?
Huh?
It says, then upon Jahaziel, the son of Zechariah, the son of Benaiah, the son of Jael, the son of Mattaniah,
right,
a Levite of the sons of Asaph, came the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai.
Now Asaph was a singer. He has a couple of psalms, huh?
Yeah,
so
does,
this descendant of Asaph, which was a Levite, a priest, he came to give them the word of the Lord. The spirit of the Lord was on him to tell them, well, the Lord has heard all your words, and this is his answer to you. Go ahead, huh?
It says, came the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai in the midst of the congregation.
In the midst of the congregation. See? Go ahead, huh?
And he said, hearken ye, all Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem.
So hearken, all you tribes of Israel. Hear, listen. Go ahead, huh?
And thou King Jehoshaphat.
And even the king himself, listen.
Thus,
hear this. Go ahead, huh?
Thus saith Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai unto you, be not afraid nor dismayed.
See, we're not afraid nor dismayed about the terrorists. We're not dismayed about the wars that will come. We're not dismayed about the civil war that will come. Because the Lord said these things must happen. Go ahead, huh?
It says, by reason of this great multitude.
Don't be even, China got 1 million man army and shit, and all this bullshit. Who gives a shit? That's just more fun for us. Yeah. That's more kill strikes for the Lord. That's more numbers on the board for the Lord. The Lord is undefeated. I don't know if you know, but the Lord is undefeated.
He has 100% success rate.
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect.
That's it.
It says, for the battle is not yours.
Whoa. Read it again, King. It's about to be 144 in a minute.
It says, for the battle is not yours.
The battle is not ours.
But
the battle is not yours.
Yeah, God.
The battle is whose?
But Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai's.
The battle is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. See, the Lord is the ultimate man of war. He's hitting these nations economically first to weaken them. Then he's going to draw them out into the valley of Jehoshaphat and decimate them.
Yep.
And once he destroys them with one fell swoop, that right there is going to make all the nations of the world powerless. Without a military and an army, you're defenseless. And that's exactly what the Lord is going to do. And it's going to be the very same day that the missiles fly. The army of the Lord is going to invade. All these lands are going to climb over the walls, which means get through those defenses, get through those the dome, all right? And they're going to destroy everything. Go ahead, huh?
It says, tomorrow go ye down against them.
So the Lord says we'll still go out there. See, this is how you know with prayer and with faith, you still got to step out. And then that's when the Lord is going to show his power.
Yeah.
You got to step out. See, we're out. See, we outside. We out here, right? They say we outside. Yeah. We outside. We out here. To let the world know that what's coming is greater than what is.
That's right.
And that these nations are going to destroy one another soon. But first is economically, trade-wise. Go ahead, huh?
Yeah, the Lord likes drama. It says, behold, they come up by the cliff of Ziz, and ye shall find them at the end of the brook.
Hey, so they have a fiscal year, right? They call it a cliff. So that's where we're going to find these nations at the end of this fiscal year. We're going to see where they're at. We're going to see what's going to transpire. Go ahead, huh?
Before the wilderness of Jeruel, ye shall not need to fight in this battle.
See, we don't need to fight in this battle that's coming, World War III. We don't need to fight. The Lord has already destroyed and decimated these kingdoms.
The Lord say, wait ye upon me till I rise up to the prey.
What is his determination?
To gather
the nations, to pour upon them what?
His indignation and fierce anger.
Righteous anger.
Yeah.
Go ahead, huh?
It says, ye shall not need to fight in this battle. Set yourselves, stand ye still.
So it said, set ourselves up, but stand still. The Lord says, set up yourselves. but stand still.
God.
Don't do nothing. Just show your presence in the open field, but don't do anything.
And see the salvation.
Hey,
Oh,
you
it's like,
see
let me, yeah, I thought it had the dots, but
That's all good.
I keep reading. It says, and see the salvation of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai with you, O Judah and Jerusalem. Fear not, nor be dismayed. Tomorrow go out against them, for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai will be with you.
Yeah, see, the Lord's going to be with us. But go out against them. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, and Jehoshaphat bowed his head with his face to the ground, and all Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem fell before Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, worshiping Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
So we, in the spirit, and brothers, in their day-to-day, we fall before the Lord like, Lord, we trust in you. That's it. Because, you know, brothers got to deal with the terror bullshit, but it ain't going to have no effect on us. Because we know how to buy. We know how to save. We know how to get what's good. You people don't know how to save. This American diet has taught you how to be idiots. Oh, 3 meals a day. Who said that? There ain't supposed to be no such thing. It's supposed to be really 2 meals a day. When you break your fast, breakfast, right? And then when you eat that meal later on in the day. Usually before the sun sets. Because they ain't never really good to eat past that. You know? Those are your major meals in the day. And then throughout the day, you know, nuts here and there, and raisins or whatever you will have, you know, a granola bar, something like that. Something small to get you through. That's how we've been living. That's how the Lord has forced us to live. So when these tariffs come, it ain't gonna have no effect on us because we know what to buy and where to buy it from. It's all good, huh? And we know what's coming from where. And you want to get that tequila, that's coming from Mexico. You have to pay a pretty penny for that. But that's okay. We know where the wine coming from. It's coming from Europe. It's coming from our land. Well, we gonna have to pay a pretty penny for that. That's cool. And whatever other foods that we get, we know where they're coming from. We know how to manage. The rest of you people don't know how to manage. Our people that don't know the dietary law, you don't know what you're doing. You're only gonna hurt yourself in the long run. And you ain't gonna have enough for nothing, and you're gonna be cast out soon enough. Go ahead, up.
It says, and the Levites of the children of the Kohathites and of the children of the Korhites stood up to praise Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, power of Israel, with a loud voice on high.
Yeah. Praise him, sing. Go ahead, up.
God, and then back here.
Now the brother already read this point that the priests told the people of the Lord that if you trust in the Lord, you're going to be established. If you believe his prophets, you will be you're going to prosper. You're going to prosper. Yeah. So that's what you got to do. See, because at the time they didn't know then this army comes up against us. The Lord told us not to attack them. Look how they have served us. Mm-hmm. What you need to do is trust in the Lord, your power. You're established. You're done. You're safe. And believe his prophets of what is to come, and you're going to prosper. That's right, bro. That's why we made it through 2020. That's why we're here to keep them from resisting. Stop resisting. Surrender all. Hey, give it to this brother. Go ahead up. Give it to this brother.
Proverbs 18 and 10.
Go ahead up.
Continue. It says, and they rose early in the morning and went forth into the wilderness of Tekoa.
We're in the wilderness now.
Yeah.
This man has turned the world to a wilderness. Well, economically first, and then soon this place is going to be turned into a wilderness because of the missions. This land itself is going to be turned into a wilderness. Go ahead, up.
And as they went forth, Jehoshaphat stood and said, hear me, O Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem.
The Spirit of the Lord came mightily on the man to speak. Go ahead, up.
Believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, your power.
That's all you got to do, is believe. Hahamaya. Believe in the Hebrew. Believe. Hey, what did Yahushua say? Fear not.
Only believe. That's right. So shall ye be established.
So we're already established. We're good. We don't need a fucking $1 million in the goddamn bank. We don't need to have 6 figures or you a high value man. A high value man knows his God.
That's right. Bro.
That's enough. That's the richest man on earth right there. He knows his power. He knows everything is already set up. He's better than any economist out there because his look to the future. His vision is assured for all time. Go ahead.
It says, believe his prophets, so shall ye prosper.
Believe the prophets and you're going to prosper. Those are God's men right there. And the prophet is God's man. Shoot, he's better than any economist you can have on your team, any lawyer. And we got Yahushua, he's our lawyer. See, we got everything we need. We got a storefront property. We got the best land in the earth. We got we have a lineage that goes far back. We got riches beyond belief. We got an inheritance, and what is it? It says inheritance as undefiled and incorruptible.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, and when he had consulted with the people, he appointed singers until Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai.
So he appointed singers. See, we going out singing now. It's not easy to go through what we're going through, but you gotta sing. You gotta sing this new song. We gotta believe in this song.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And that should praise the beauty of holiness as they went out before the army.
So we're going out there, we're marching. Go ahead.
And to say, praise Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai, for his mercy endureth forever.
Hold that. Get the point that the brother wanted you to bring out.
The very first one was Proverbs. This is Proverbs 18:10, and it reads, "The name of the Lord Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and are safe."
Woo! Read it again.
This is Proverbs 18:10.
Because they didn't know what to do, but what we're supposed to do, huh? Run to the Lord. That is our high tower. That is our place of refuge in times of trouble.
It's Proverbs 18:10, and it reads, "The name of the Lord Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and are safe."
Read it again.
It's Proverbs 18:10, and it reads, "The name of the Lord Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai is a strong tower."
It is a strong tower. It is a battlement. It is a vantage point. It is a military beauty. It is a military beauty in a sense. So we can see every vantage point from every direction. And its foundation is strong. What is the foundation?
Yahushai. Yep.
Go ahead.
The righteous run into it and are safe.
So in times of trouble, sanctuary, we run to the name of our power and of his son. Go ahead.
That was it.
That was it?
Yeah. The other one was
Psalms 30 and 4.
This is Psalms 30 and 4, and it reads, "Sing unto the Lord Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai, O ye saints of his."
Who are the saints?
The Israelites.
Who are the saints? The Israelites, right? That's what you people need to understand. Who are the saints? The Israelites are the saints according to the scripture. Not according to your own feeling and Mother Teresa. No, the saints are Israelites. Go ahead,
This is Psalms 30 and 4 again from the top. "Sing unto the Lord Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai, O ye saints of his, and give thanks."
That's who the Lord is hearing the songs from. His saints. That's who the Lord is hearing. His saints. Go ahead,
"And give thanks and remembrance of his holiness."
And give thanks in remembrance of his holiness. That's wonderful.
And then now I'll bring out, this is Psalms 50 and 5, just proving who the saints are. And it reads, "Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice."
And what is the sacrifice that the Lord requires?
Our bodies is a living sacrifice.
And but what did Yahushua say even before that? Paul was on point. It's our body, it's our everything. It's because don't a man love his own body? Doesn't he love what comes out of his body, his seed? Doesn't he love the woman becomes one with his body? These are all things you love. But that's what the Lord requires, the things we love the most. Even our own life. That's why Yahushua said even your own life.
Yeah.
Right? So it goes to show you, and then Yahushua said it even better. He told the man that was working, you know, and they was looking for the Lord to give him the loaves and the fishes. He said, "You don't follow me because of the miracles, because you was fed to the full."
Yeah.
But then the man that was working, he was asking the Lord, like, what does the Lord require? And Yahushua said this. He said, the Lord demands you this, that you believe on the one whom he has sent. That is what the Lord requires. And who did the Lord send? Yahushua. That's what the Lord is requiring you to do, is to believe on the one he has sent. To believe his prophets. And who did the prophets speak about? Yahushua.
who are extensions of Yahweh Shah, as far as the prophets.
Yeah. That's it. You got something else, Doc?
I found that in Sirach for you.
Hey, go hold that.
Okay.
You looking for something? Or you
Well, I had that
Don't bring
2
him
Corinthians 4 and 8.
Go and bring him out.
This is 2 Corinthians 4 and 8, and it reads, "We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair."
Hey, read that again, Doc. Can you get Proverbs 9 and 10?
This is 2 Corinthians 4 and 8, and it reads, "We are troubled on every side."
We fighting wars, yo, on every side, man. We bogged down, man. We need air support. Like, we in the mud. You know, quiet on the Western Front, man. We got to fight for every inch, every mile, man. But the Lord is with us, even in that.
Yet not distressed.
But we're not distressed.
We are perplexed, but not in despair.
So we're perplexed, but the world is perplexed. I don't know if it happened last night or tonight, but they talking about a worm moon or a pink moon or whatever, right? But that's another sign in the heavens. But with that comes perplexity and distress upon nations, as it tells you in the book of Luke. But upon us, we're perplexed in a sense like, whoa, because we're in the flesh, but we're not in despair. See? That's what the brother just read. Go ahead up.
Verse 9, persecuted, but not forsaken.
Persecuted, but we're not forsaken of our God. So bring the persecution on, but we're not forsaken. Whether we be persecuted by Satan himself, through our day-to-day fucking hell, or when the devil finally comes down to persecute us by throwing us into prison or slandering our names, the Lord's going to be with us.
Quick reset with what he said. Matthew chapter 5, verse 10. Red letter, meaning these are the words of our Lord Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, perfect.
It reads, "Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake.
Perfect.
For theirs is the kingdom of heaven."
Glorious kingdom.
That's right, but for righteousness' sake.
Go ahead,
Go ahead, back to
It's 2 Corinthians 4 and 9 again.
Now that's how you read. I need y'all back and forth like yeah, we gotta bring it out.
Persecuted, but not forsaken.
Woo.
Cast down, but not destroyed.
So we've been cast down, but we're not destroyed. See, we're gonna rise again and say a righteous man will fall 7 times and get it up again.
That's right.
Good, huh?
That was it.
Proverbs 9 and 10. That you pointed out. This is Proverbs chapter 9, verse 10. It reads, "The fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding."
So knowledge of the holy is understanding. The fear of the Lord gives you what? Wisdom. So we fear the Lord, we have wisdom. And our knowledge of the Holy One is our understanding.
That's right, bro.
So we don't give a damn about the understanding of this world. We know what's coming because we know Him who's bringing it to pass. Go ahead, Doc.
That was it on that.
That was it. Hey, jump to that Job 22 and start at about maybe like 22. You got something, man?
Yeah, I had it. Did you want me to read more of this article? Or?
About Kushah, yeah.
All right. This is more in that article from AP News.
Yeah.
It says, addicted to low-priced Chinese goods. It might be the end of an era of inexpensive consumer goods in America.
It's going to be an end of an era. Now, you got to jump back to Chronicles. Now, it shows the history of the nations would come together as a conglomeration, but they will always break apart because the Lord will break them apart.
Yeah.
See? They're breaking apart now. All right? Because if you're a trade partner, then you're going to be a military partner. But if you're a trade adversary, then you're going to be a military adversary. It begins in the trade war. Go ahead,
It says,
the droid armies of the trade, See? Trade Federation. Go ahead,
for 4 decades, and especially since China joined the World Trade Organization in 2001, Americans...
That's when America fell, in the year 2000. And in 2001, what also failed? World Trade Center. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Call 911. Hey, call anybody. Hey, like my man, Otis, he said call the Air Force, call everybody. Yeah, he's tripping out. We got problems. Okay.
It says Americans have relied on Chinese factories for almost everything.
Woo! Oh, everything. You rely on Moab for everything.
Damn.
But now, Moab can turn that against you. Like, wait, hold on. Wait, hold on, B. Hey, you need me, man. You know? Hey, like my man, the Godfather. He's like, I'm very superstitious, man. He said if my son were to be shot in the head, or be struck by a bolt of lightning, I'll blame some of the people in this room. But I'm a very superstitious man, and I will not be the one to break the peace that we have made here today. But that's exactly what's going on in those boardrooms. That they superstitious as hell. That they know that anything that happens, we know is somebody in this room that's done it. Ain't us, we outside the room. We ain't even up in there. We ain't got no representatives in there.
Yeah, nah.
But guess who's also in there representing us, that sees everything? Yahweh Shema Shai is in there.
Right.
And Satan is in there as a double agent, right? So we know, people of earth, we know. And you're mad that we joined our Father and took over your planet. So that's exactly what's going to happen. The ones you least expect are going to wear the crowns.
It says China produces 97% of America's imported baby carriages.
How much?
97%. 96% of its artificial flowers and umbrellas.
Damn.
95% of its fireworks.
Damn, all this
93% of its coloring books.
Damn.
90% of combs.
Damn.
According to the report from the Marquis Investment Bank. It says over the years, American companies have set up supply chains that depend on thousands of Chinese factories.
And we got to ask you American people, do you think it will really come to war? Yes, it will come to war. World War III. China's in there. Russia's in there. Iran is in there. Their allies is with them. And then you have America and its allies for the time being, but they're going to turn. But even before that, civil war. But what type of American war? Go ahead,
It says low tariffs has greased the system. As recently as January 2018, U.S. tariffs on China averaged just over 3%. From Chad Brown of the Peterson Institute of International Economics. It says American consumers created China, said Joe, founder of ABC Group in Milwaukee, which helps U.S. businesses manage supply chains in Asia. American buyers, the consumer, got addicted to cheap pricing.
Woo. Can a brother hold that in 2nd Esdras 15 saying, oh thou wretch, talking about Asia. Wanted to be like Babylon in all its ways, but then it's going to come to a close. So even if China wins this trade war, they all going to go down because they're all interconnected. What happens to one will affect the other. You must understand this, that China and the nations in the East are a direct mirror to the West. That they form a symbiont circle. What happens to one will affect the other. You must understand this. So nobody is a real winner. Everybody's a loser. Go ahead, Doc. Got that? Thou wretch.
Straight to the point too. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15, beginning at verse 45. It reads, and they that remain under her shall do service unto them that have put her in fear, and thou, Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon.
Asia. Now that's talking about all the nations within that continent of Asia. It's Russia, it's China, it's the Koreas, right? All those nations over there deal business with America. Even those European countries, they're just Eurasia, but it's still connected to Asia. Go ahead,
and art the glory of her person.
You are the glory of the person of Babylon. Everything that makes America great comes from the rest of the world. Comes from the East. Go ahead,
woe be unto thee, thou wretch.
Thou wretch. Woe be unto you. Affliction, anguish, destruction be unto you. Go ahead,
because thou hast made thyself like unto her.
Because you made yourself like unto America. You made yourself become cheap. Become nothing. Become dependent. Go ahead,
and has decked thy daughters in whoredom.
Oh, you became just like America. The ways of America has fallen on your people like a symbiote. It's grabbing on, covering you up. forming that symbiote circle, going into for mutual advantage. See, a symbiote needs something else to make it a host to live. What up?
That they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee.
And that goes into economic whoredom. You got into bed with Babylon, you other nations, and now you're paying the price. But yet what we read in Obadiah says, even when you were in there, you laid a wound under Babylon while eating the bread. What up?
Thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions.
And who is, like, cause the world loves America and shit. Well, now they starting to hate it, but who really hated America outright from the jump? Yahweh Shema Shai hated this place. And now you're partakers with the very thing, the very place that the Lord hates. Now the Lord hates you. What up?
Therefore saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, I will send plagues upon thee.
Well, the Lord is sending plagues worldwide. What up?
Widowhood, poverty, famine.
Well, that's what the Lord is sending worldwide to Asia, and He will soon send it to America. Read those.
Babylon being saved.
Read those plagues,
Come. It says widowhood.
Widowhood. See, they're already losing men in these wars. These wars are already raging in these other places. Different natural disasters is taking the men. The low birth rates is taking the new generation, and then the men ain't producing nothing. What up?
It says poverty.
Poverty. Well, economic poverty. What up?
Famine.
Famine. Lack of resources. And now with these terrorists, even more so.
Yep.
What up?
Sword.
Oh, war. Military buildup. All right, a nuclear arms race. What up?
And pestilence.
And disease. That shut the world down, huh? But soon, something far worse is coming.
That's right.
What up?
To waste thy houses with destruction and death.
But that's what the Lord is doing. He's wasting their houses with destruction and death. What up?
It says, and the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower.
And how's the glory of your power going to be dried up like a flower? It's going to be dried up by the missiles. Because you're not only going to shoot on Babylon, but Babylon's going to shoot missiles on you. And y'all going to end each other. Y'all going to cancel each other out.
Call it mutual assured destruction.
Man. Yeah, that's it.
Continue.
Yes.
It says, when the heat shall arise that is sent over thee. The heat, like you said, missiles, fire. Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes.
The Lord's going to beat you with those missiles. Like somebody being whipped. All right, go ahead up.
And as one chastised with wounds, so that the mighty and lovers shall not be able to receive thee.
It ain't going to be able to, hey, you ain't going to do business no more after the point when Yahweh Shai arrives. You nations are going to bring your goods up to Jerusalem. You ain't going to bring it to America. They ain't going to bring nothing to you. All these kingdoms that be now are going to be no longer in our kingdom. Go ahead, huh?
Would I with jealousy have so proceeded against thee? Saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Lord is jealous over his people. Because the first thing on Wall Street wasn't oranges and shit, and goods and shit, and textiles. It was his people. Our people. Our brothers first, Gad, in the northern tribes, and then it was the southern kingdom.
If thou hadst not always slain my chosen.
If America and you other nations had not always slain his people, well, it would be something for you. But there's nothing for you.
Exalting the stroke of thine hands, and saying over their dead, when thou was drunken.
Oh, that goes to Revelation where it said they didn't let their dead bodies be thrown in the grave. And they sold us as gifts, one to another.
Set forth the beauty of thy countenance. The reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom.
Hey, what's the reward of a whore? To be burned and stoned.
Yep. Therefore shalt thou receive recompense. You know the scripture says a righteous thing with the Lord to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you, dealing with these other nations.
See, they're going to get payback. Revenge.
That's right.
The big payback. There it is.
They had to beat the horn on that.
That motherfucker like, had to hunk the horn on that one, I guess. Shit. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, even so shall Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai do unto thee.
So it's just as you done to our people, Lord's gonna do it to you. Go ahead, Doc.
And shall deliver thee into mischief. Thy children shall die of hunger, famine.
War, the wars that's coming.
Okay.
The famine, the terrors. Woo. Go ahead, Doc.
And thou shalt fail through the sword.
Woo.
Oh, no, let me read that again.
Man.
And thou shalt fall through the sword.
War.
It's like
And the Lord said he come not to bring peace,
but a
but a sword. Go ahead, Doc.
Thy city shall be broken down.
But this is before the missiles hit.
Yeah.
The cities are going to be broken down. Lord going to bring the world into a state in which there is no return. For you nations, you world powers are going to fall to nothing. Go ahead, Doc.
And all thine shall perish with the sword in the field.
Woo! So wherever your people be in the world, they're
yep.
going to perish. Your sleeper cells over here going to die. They don't get off this soil. And then the wars in the east are going to die. In the valley of Jehoshaphat, your army is going to be decimated. And your people dwelling within your land, they're going to die. Save for the elites and
whoever the Lord
who
wants
survive,
to remain to be the first slaves to go in the kingdom.
Yep.
Continue
Go ahead,
out.
yeah.
It says, what you about to say out?
Brother had a free.
Yeah.
But read that out. Read it to the end, and then the brother gonna bring the free out.
Okay. It says, they that be in the mountains shall die of hunger.
They that be in the mountains. Now, the other governments, high governments, they're gonna die of hunger. But you actually gonna be in the mountains and you're gonna die. It's gonna be societal collapse, cut off. Hey, what they call the homestead. You up in a homestead, you're gonna die up there too. Go ahead, huh?
And eat their own flesh. Cannibalism.
Cannibalism.
And
because of the lack of bread. Go ahead, huh?
And drink their own blood. For very hunger of bread and thirst of water.
This is gonna happen on a global scale. How much more in Babylon? That was the one thing missing in the Civil War, was that they were eating people at the very same time.
I'm talking about the movie.
That's what they should have showed. See, what they failed to realize when the Civil War is going to be going on is going to be cannibalism, it's going to be slavers, it's going to be traitors, it's going to be marauders, it's going to be it's going to be a lot going on. What happens to the women in the siege, little dove? I guess we're in for a bit of a great and you shall be a piece of cake to them. Like, hey, the women got cake now, so hey, it's gonna be that. That's what it's gonna be. If you fail to realize this, well then you realize that you're gonna fail. Don't fail to realize this. Alright, those preparing to fail have already failed to prepare. So you're preparing to fail, a lot of you people. Go ahead,
Thou as unhappy shall come through the sea and receive plagues again.
Through the people, you're gonna receive plagues again. Even if you escape the mountaintop and go through the people, you're gonna receive plagues again, because without it's gonna be a sword. And within, famine and pestilence.
Yep.
Go ahead. And like we just said, niggas eating each other, dead bodies left out there to rot, disease.
Yep.
Alright? For lease. A lot of places gonna be for lease.
For lease.
Alright? Yeah.
And in the passage, they shall rush on the idol city and shall destroy some portion of thy land and consume part of thy glory, and shall return to Babylon that was destroyed. And thou shalt be cast down by them as stubble, and they shall be unto thee as fire.
Woo. Now this is going into the missiles. It links up with Joel that they're like an army that climbs over the walls. Alright?
It says, and shall consume thee and thy cities, thy land, and thy mountains. All thy woods.
Now that's also actually talking about mountains and woods and trees, but people are trees, mountains are governments. These things are going to be melted to nothing.
All thy woods and thy fruitful trees shall they burn up with fire.
Going into the people.
Thy children, last verse, shall they carry away captive, and look, what thou hast, they shall spoil it, and mar the beauty of thy face.
So in these wars, before the missiles even hit, they're going to carry your children away captive. They're going to take your goods. And there's going to be plagues. There's going to be destruction and death in the midst of all this before Yahushua arrives.
That's right.
And then when he finally does arrive, it's going to be the end of these world powers. Go ahead,
This is Joel chapter 3 and verse 2. And it reads, I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Yep, that's that Fertile Crescent, that area over where our land sits. That's where the armies of the world are going to meet.
And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel.
Now, what does the word plead mean?
Judge.
Shabbat.
Shabbat in the Hebrew.
Judge. The Lord's going to judge you nations for his people. Us. We're his people. But those are his people. You always choose his kind over mankind. Go ahead,
And it reads, whom they have scattered amongst the nations and parted my land.
That's our people. And you parted the land of Israel to the heathen. Go ahead. Ugly ass Arabs is in there. Cush is in there. Moab is in there. There's a whole bunch of people in there and shit, man, that don't belong there. Go ahead,
Joel 3 and 3, and it reads, and they have cast lots for my people and given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for wine.
This happened during slavery. Lord remembers what you did to his people. You think he's forgotten that? That's why World War III is going to be raised. At the very beginning of Joel 3, it said the Lord's going to take us out of captivity, but the way he's going to do it is by declaring war on the world. World War III. War of the worlds. The Lord is going to bring his world into this world. And who you think is going to win? Yahweh Shema Shai is going to be the victor.
That's right.
He's going to bring his world, a world of righteousness. It's going to overtake this world of iniquity. And the Lord is going to remove all that offends out of his kingdom. Go ahead.
It says, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink.
This happened to our people in slavery. Our people were sold for musket guns and wine and whatever the hell. But the Lord remembers what you've done. Go ahead.
Verse 4, yea. And what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
Now these represent the Hamites and the Ishmaelites. But what do you have to do with the Lord, O Tyre and Zidon? Now the modern day Tyre is Babylon. Because Tyre was like an island-based nation surrounded by water on all sides, but it was known for trade. That's America now. The Lord is asking both America and the heathen that made America great through the slavery of our people. He's asking y'all all the questions. Hold on. What y'all got to do with me? Y'all think y'all was going to pay me back? Y'all was going to give me something? That's what the Lord is saying. Go ahead,
And all the coast of Palestine, will you render me a recompense?
Will you recompense the Lord? Will you pay him back for all that you did to his people? You cannot pay the Lord back. Hey, like on the Book of Daniel movie, he's talking to that demon Belshazzar. He said, you think the Lord will cower beneath your table for the crumbs that fall beneath your table? He's like, do you think you can pluck out his eyes and beat him like a slave? This the Almighty knows you would if you could. And the Almighty knows. He's like, but this is his answer to you. Can anything be done? No. So the Lord already wrote the writing on the wall for your ass, clown. And you through. All you goddamn heathen. You know, God is love, clown. For our people. Love is an action, huh? And the Lord has showed us love, that we're not wiped out as a people, that he's still holding a covenant with us because of the love that he had for our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Love is action, care, commitment. The Lord is doing all those things. And we're doing the same to our brothers. All right, T. It's all about support. Need that. Go ahead.
And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return a recompense upon your own head.
So the Lord is going to turn a recompense upon your own head. He's going to pay you back. Because the Lord's like, there ain't nothing you can give me. So nothing less than death will do. For
Fire
you.
and brimstone.
Fire and brimstone. That's it. Lord, kill these people. Fire and brimstone will suffice. Good, huh?
Verse 5. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold. And
talking about his people. The hell with the gold and shit that that Scrooge McDuck got in his vault and shit that he's swimming in. Lord don't give a shit about that gold. The gold and the silver is our people. Right. We are the gold. We are the silver that you are taking. And you cannot give that back to the Lord. Lord's like, man, you have defiled majority of it. And in order for me to get it back to the pure state, I have to burn them. The elect first, the spiritual fire we're going to go through to make us pure. And it said the pure heart shall see God, shall see Yahweh Shema Shai. And then 2/3 of our people have to literally burn to become pure again. To be that gold.
And have carried it into your temples, my goodly pleasant things.
So you carried our people into your homelands, your temples, where you worship your gods. But we have the one true and living power.
That's right.
Hey, hey, like the Ark of the Covenant. Remember how the heathen had it, and they was pushing it to city to city. That's what they doing with us now. Like, oh man, get them out of here now. But we're in your possession, demon. And according to the law, if you steal a man and he's still in your possession, oh, you should surely be put to death. That is law and order. Go ahead,
This is Joel 3:6, and it reads, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold into the Grecians.
Woo, you sold our people to the Grecians. Who are the Grecians? The Edomites, the self-proclaimed white men. They say civilization started with the Greeks.
According to them.
But that was their first civilization that was actually prosperous. There was actually an empire, right? So now they're at the tail end of their empire. As we read in Revelation, it said that the beginning of it, the head of a leopard, the feet of a bear.
Foot of a bear.
Oh man, but what does that mean? We gotta break that down.
Yeah, kind.
Go ahead,
that you might remove them far from their border.
Woo, so he removed us, Esau, Edom, far from our homeland. Go ahead,
Joel 3:7, it reads, behold, I will raise them out of the place whether you have sold them.
That's the prophecy, that the Lord was going to raise us out of the lands whither you have driven us. And also it tells you, was in the book of Baruch, that in the lands of their captivity shall they remember themselves. Right? Go ahead,
and return your recompense upon your own head.
So the Lord is going to pay you back. And it's going to fall upon your own head. Go ahead,
Joel 3:8, and it reads, and I will sell your sons and your daughters.
This is what the Lord is telling you other nations that sold our people. That he's going to sell your sons and your daughters off to who? The Sabians, right?
It says, into the hand of the children of Judah.
Whoa, first to Judah, and then...
And they shall sell them to the Sabians.
So he's like, well, y'all want to come with us? We want to stay with y'all. No, y'all going to have to go to Ham, man. Y'all going to have to handle that.
To a people far off, for the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai have spoken it.
The Lord have said this. The Lord have done it.
You want me to get that?
Come. Prepare war. Before you get that, bring out your scripture, King, that you had.
I went to that Revelation. I don't know if you
get Revelation real quick.
Come. This is Revelation chapter 13, beginning at
verse.
That's
going to be perfect to join in with this.
Beginning at verse 1, it says, and I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea.
This is talking about a kingdom, an empire,
power structure.
A power structure. What a power structure. Yeah.
It says having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Going into those 7
different kingdoms of Edomites.
They're different kingdoms of Edomites, but they were vassal states for the ancient Roman Empire, and now they're the EU nations of the modern Roman Empire, NATO. And I know you got.
I can read the vassal states.
I know you got them.
It's the vassal states that the brother's talking about. It says Belgium, Denmark, France, Italy, Greece, Netherlands, Luxembourg, Ireland, England, and West Germany.
So those are the 7 heads. I mean, those are the 10 horns.
10 horns.
The 7 heads is Germanian Major, Germanian Minor, Hispaniola, Britannica, Gaul, and then you had Rome itself. And then I believe that was it. Oh yeah, you got it. So you got France, Spain, Germania Major, Germania Minor, Greece, Britannica, and then Rome, Italy. All right, and those are the same nations now. The EU, Italy, Spain, Britain, Germany. What else?
So the Germanium major, Germanium minor.
But I mean the modern ones. Greece, Germany, Britain. All right, you have Spain, France.
You said Italy already? You said Italy? Yeah, okay.
Yep, and then you got one more. And the brother got it right there. Got it? What? Sorry, so many damn nations that they added on.
That they added on.
Yeah. This is it. It said, well, you already named the 10. Now we're gonna name the 7. 7 is Germany, France, Spain, Britain, Greece, Italy. That's it.
Okay. Back to the verse, it says, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. Verse 2, though, is the point.
Yep.
It says, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard.
Now that's the beginning of this beast system. Began with Alexander the Greek. The beginning of Esau Edom's power structure on the earth. Then it went to the Romans.
And I believe
they fell for a time and they came back.
When he would fight too, wouldn't he have like a leopard helmet?
He had a leopard skin helmet, which was like the actual leopard's teeth and all that. Headdress. That's right. And he had leopard on his horse. You know?
And then it says, and his feet.
Oh, and also represented his swiftness. A leopard is swift. He conquered the world in 12 years. The Lord was with him. That's swift.
Damn.
Come on now.
It says, in his feet were as the feet of a bear.
Yeah.
And his mouth.
Read that again. It's beautiful.
And
it's exciting.
And his feet were as the feet of a bear.
Now the bear represents what? The Russians. So the end of his power structure will be by Russia. Beginning was with the Greeks. The end is going to be with the Russians.
It says, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion.
Going into Great Britain. That's where they get all the laws and their establishments. The Magna Carta is literally the Constitution. The Magna Carta was started by Jake during the Middle Ages, and they took that and they used it for the American government. The same with the Senate and the presidency. They got that from Gad. That Gad would have a body of elders, the Senate, but the chief will be who? The king or the president. They got that from Gad. They got it from our people. Everything that they have established, they got it from us. But
it says, and the dragon gave him his power.
Rome,
ancient Rome,
gave him his power, right? Because why? When they came together with those same nations as before, they called it the Treaty of Rome. Come on,
that's the spirit. Everything is reincarnated.
Everything is everything. Oh, and going into the feet of the bear, at that very same time, just a year before, they established the Treaty of Rome, 1958. Who sent something into space in 1957? The Russians.
The Russians.
To lead them out there. Beginning the space race. And beginning that nuclear build. The Cold War. You know, so it really was the end of Babylon. was the bear. It was Russia. They baited them out, and they followed suit, and it was over after that. And that's the Lord is the ultimate hunter. Like we're going to get out there, and he got Babylon in this sight. That was it. It was over.
And the dragon gave him his power,
Rome,
and his seat, and great authority.
And his seat, and great authority. They had the same prowess as ancient Rome, militarily and through influence. They call it the Pax Romana, the peace of Rome. So that's what they were spreading throughout all the world, even in the different wars. They would tell the rest of the world, "Oh, it's for peace and safety." But really, it was for conquest. That was it.
Say peace, but wars in their heart.
Oh yes. If we can get that up, and Baba Kishar get Isaiah 10 real quick and jump to 7, get to the point, and then by his policy, which we know Antiochus Epiphanes IV did that against our people, but they're gonna do it again.
There you go. You want that peace in his war in his heart?
Yeah.
This is Psalms 55, verse 21. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
That's your politics. This man's words are smoother than butter, but yet
But war was in his heart.
everywhere they go, they bring war, death, and destruction, and a military base.
Yep.
Right? They're leaving a garrison there. But they tell you it's peace. But when they left people in pieces.
In pieces, yeah.
Oh, you heard that wrong. Not peace, but to leave you in pieces. Go ahead.
It says his words were softer than oil.
But his words are softer than oil. We gonna do you good. It's democracy,
He a
baby.
good talker.
but really he's the demon.
Huh.
It's not democracy, it's democracy. Go ahead,
It says, yet were they drawn swords.
Yeah, they was ran him out though.
His blessing.
Like, hold on, but that, I mean, that's what Isaac said, but you gonna get the fatness of the earth, baby. But by the way of the sword,
shall
though.
you live.
Yeah, you gonna live by the sword. You live by the sword, you shall die by
the
it.
sword.
And that's how this dude gonna go out. He gonna die by the sword, man. And he killed more with the pen than with the sword. But by the very pen, with the trade wars, he's gonna damage his own self. He's gonna kill his own country. Hey, and another thing was written down.
That was
another thing that was written down with the pen, with the ink. Scriptures.
Scriptures.
It's gonna bring you down.
More
been slain with this. Than with the sword.
This is Ecclesiasticus 12 and 16, straight to the point. Enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips.
An enemy speaking sweetly with his lips. See, a real brother, he might curse y'all. Hold on, and y'all hugging at the end of that though, because brother's real.
Kind.
You know, let the kindness of the righteous smite me. It will be a kindness.
Be a kindness. Yeah.
But a damn demon is always gonna tell you how he feel, and it say he that hideth the transgression seeketh love. So you all about love, love, love. You're hiding the transgression. That's what the scriptures say. Beware of a guy like that.
But in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
Whoa!
He will weep with his eyes. But if he find an opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
So a motherfucker ain't satisfied with the blood, then what is he gonna be satisfied with? Total domination. Global dominancy. That's what this man wants. He got all the money in the world. He got more than heart could wish, but he wants complete control. In the future,
like the Most High.
yeah, in the future is in our hands, right? That's what he wants. Go ahead,
Verse 17, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first.
That's him, because he brought the adversity with the Altadena fires, with the fires in Hawaii, with all type of shit, man, with the flooding and the hurricanes and what was that place, Colorado? No, it was what state was that? Where they flooded it out and they had all that.
Virginia, I think.
Was it Virginia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or North Carolina.
No, it was North Carolina.
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah, North Carolina.
But he flooded them people out of there.
They wanted those minerals,
only
right?
to get the minerals. All
I
right.
remember that.
That's it. Go ahead.
Reading on, it says, and though he pretend to help thee,
Though he pretend to help, he's gonna help, but he's pretending to help.
yet shall he undermine thee.
It's for a reason.
But we like my man Matt Murdock, man, a daredevil for real, man. Remember he told the kingpin, man. He said, the way I was raised, I believe in forgiveness. And if you are a changed man, well, that's good. But I also was raised to believe in retribution. And if you step out of line, I'm coming for you. Yeah. So, hey, we know you gonna step out of line, baby, and we coming for you, man. All right, because really he asks our people for forgiveness, and they gonna forgive this demon. But it's like, nah, you the same old devil, and you gonna eventually come out and be that devil. And we know about the retribution of the Heavenly Father. Why Yahweh Shai, you gonna be at your end. Right,
All right, I got that Isaiah now. This is Isaiah 10 and 1 at the top, and it reads, woe unto them that woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees.
That's what they doing. They putting all this into law. Everything that's gonna bring this society down is on the books. All these executive orders that Trump is passing have been on the books from past presidents.
Exactly.
Can't blame him. Blame the past presidents that came before him. He's just signing into law what they put forth, what they put on the table. So all your presidents are wicked as hell. And when they go against the grain like JFK,
They out of there.
then they KO'd out. They out. You know? Go ahead.
And they write grievous, which they have prescribed.
And they write grievousness, which they have prescribed. Now, when you go to a hospital, most people are stupid. Hey, well, I gotta go to my doctor. I gotta take this pill and that pill and this pill over there. Like, when they prescribe something to you, they're just telling you what to take. But it's up to you, being the patient, to take it or not take it. So what they're doing in the political arena is telling you what they're bringing forth. But it's up to you to take it or not. But we got to though. Who the fuck said there ain't no gun to your head? Tell you that. That's why I said the chip, the CHIP, the MOTB is gonna be from a conscience standpoint. You're gonna have to take it voluntarily. It's gonna be up to you. The future is in your hands, not our hands. Your hands. But then also, if you can grab that key, the future is in our hands. See, this is where the future is. Us. Good. And we gotta get the brother's favorite script. Psalm 37:37. We gotta get that.
Right, perfect, man.
Yeah. And if you get it in the modern translation, it said their future is marvelous. Like, they have a marvelous future. If you can get it, kid, I know you're gonna hold it. But this ain't Texas Hold'em though. Hold it. That's it. I know that brother go
NLT?
Yeah, about shot.
This is Psalms 37 and 37 in the NLT. And it reads, look at those who are honest and good.
Whoa, talking about the righteous.
Yep.
Those that are honest and good.
Bro.
You people may not like us. You may hate us. But we're honest and good. At your political arena, your president, the people you believe in, your police force, they're corrupt. And they're out for themselves.
So the brother said he did a lesson last week on Psalms 119 in the NLT.
Bro, it's fire.
It says, joyful are the people of integrity, bro. Joyful are the people of integrity, which means
They were two of the only.
mark the perfect man, because in that man is peace. Where's the peace at?
It's all about integrity, because we didn't have to bend over. Or was that Andover? No. All right. So we didn't have to get on the damn what's the little shit where they had the little horses and shit? You put the
merry-go-round.
We wasn't like the Pegasuruses on the merry-go-round and shit. We wasn't like Pegasaurus, man. You know, the nigga was supposed to go to the Thesaurus. Nigga became the Pegasaurus and shit. So hey, we ain't like them guys. We didn't get the bag like Judas, man. We just live in integrity. That's all we do. We live honestly. Oh, like my man Bruce Lee said. He said, for a man to express himself honestly is a very hard thing to do. Hey, because this is our honest selves. It's not hard to do, but we can't do this in day-to-day life because these people are so PC and bugged out and crybabies and shit. You can't. They all fucking Chucky fences out here, huh? Crying about every little thing. But it's all good. Go ahead,
This is Psalms 37:37 again from the top in the NLT, and it reads, look at those who are honest and good.
Woo! Look at them. Like my man Patrick Starr said, look at it. Look at it. I want you to look at it. And all niggas is running things, you know? But that's what you're supposed to look at, the righteous men, the honest men. Look at them.
For a wonderful future awaits those who love peace.
For a wonderful future awaits those that what? Love peace. Woo. That's it. Go ahead, huh?
Verse 38. But the rebellious will be destroyed.
Whoa, read that again.
But the rebellious will be destroyed.
Whoa, read it again.
But the rebellious will be destroyed.
Oh, but everybody wants God to love them. But if you're rebellious, you're going to be destroyed, man.
That's right.
As simple as that. Rebellion is as what? The sin of witchcraft. So if you're rebelling against what the Lord is bringing forth, then you're going to be destroyed. Go ahead, huh?
It reads on, they have no future.
Whoa. Oh. They have no future. That's beautiful. Go ahead, huh?
Verse 39. The Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai rescues the godly.
And the Lord rescues the godly.
He
Not everybody. He rescues the godly only. That's it. I don't know what Bible y'all reading. But it said the Lord rescues the godly. Not the ungodly or the wicked. Go ahead.
He is their fortress in the times of trouble.
See, the Lord is our fortress in these times of trouble. In these troubling times. Do you think it will really come to war? Impossible to see the future is. You know? He's like, I'm sorry, but I can no longer hold off the vote, my friends. More and more star systems are joining the separatists. Hey, and you see that in our world today. More and more of these countries are joining the BRICS. So they can cast stones at this horde. You see? Go ahead, Doc.
This is Psalms 37 and 40 in the NLT, and it reads, the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai helps them, rescuing them from the wicked.
Woo!
He saves them, and they find shelter in him.
Woo! And what's the shelter? It's going to be the chariot. It's going to be the fathership. We're going to find our safety, our refuge in the Lord. The Lord saves them, rescues them from the wicked.
That's right.
And if a brother can get Thessalonians where it said the Lord going to rain fire down. You know?
Okay. Jump back to that Isaiah.
Jump down to 7.
When we start at 6, we just go straight to 7.
Jump to 7, going into the nations. We know what he's going to do to our people. In Jacob's trouble, the Assyrian, the modern day Assyrian, the American is going to turn to you. But we're Americans. But what type of American? See, that's what it's going to get to. They ain't going to care if you're an American. They're going to say what type of American, and they're going to gun you down. Us, on the other hand, we're not Americans. We're Israelites in America. That's the difference. We're POWs. We're not meant to be.
This only
Yeah.
fire down?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This verse?
Con.
This is Isaiah 10 and 7, and it reads,
This is what he thinks about the nations that he deals with economically, and this is what he thinks about his own people. Go ahead, Doc.
it reads, howbeit he meaneth not so, neither does his heart think so.
And this is going to be a direct precept to what the brother read that, well, he speaks smooth, but war is in his heart, and they smooth than butter, but he drawing swords. This is what he's doing with his decrees first. Then he's going to execute the plan. I was not privy to my master's plan, but now I see it.
Yeah, I see it, yeah.
Brilliant. My master has turned the Jedi's own army against him. So like, and that's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to turn everything that you trust in against you. The phones that you have are surveilling you. They're going to become a weapon against you. These robots cleaning your home, they're going to turn on you. Your Teslas is going to trap you in the car. He's going to shut this society down, and there's only going to be one way forward, through him, the CHIP. But there's also another way that most people don't see, because they got one-track mind. It's going to be the way of the elect, to go the narrow path. Our enemies surround us on all sides, but there is a way, a narrow path. See? I got my man Atreides on my shirt right now. But he's seen it. He said he's seen all possible futures. All right? We have the future in our hands. See? Time machine. Go ahead,
Finishing off Isaiah 10 and 7, and it reads, but it is in his heart to destroy and cut off nations, not a few.
It is in Esau Edom's heart to cut off nations, not a few. That's what Trump is doing with the terrorists. But how much more? He even said that he's going to nuke Iran.
Yeah.
He want to wipe them off. Hey, see, it's all coming into real time. Real time. So you niggas and you Latins and shit, and you Native Americans, you really think he ain't gonna destroy you? When he say he want to nuke a whole fucking nation off the map, just because they got nuclear capability. What is that saying for you then? Jacob's trouble. And if the Lord ain't with you, you're done. Damn. Go ahead, Doc. That was it.
The second Thessalonians?
Yeah. You got that Isaiah 19? Get it?
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, beginning at verse 6. It reads, seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
Now we got to get the word tribulation. What does that mean? What does tribulation mean? Brother gonna get it. can read that out.
Continue to read that. Con. Verse 7, and to you who are troubled, rest with us.
The elect, we're troubled as the rest of our people are troubled.
Con.
But how much more the elect? If you hear this word and it resonates with your spirit, rest with us. Because this is where you're going to find true rest.
That's right.
True peace. Not the peace that the world giveth, but peace of mind that only the Lord can give. Go ahead, Doc.
When the Lord, Yahweh Shai, shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels.
Lord is going to be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels. Go ahead, Doc.
And flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not the heavenly Father.
Flaming fire, laser fire.
That's right.
Otherworldly fire. A power beyond our understanding. He's going to take vengeance on them that know not the heavenly Father. Go ahead, I'll read that again.
Con. Verse 8, it says, in flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not the heavenly Father, and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
So he's going to take vengeance on them that know not our power, the heathen, and he's going to take vengeance on them that didn't believe in the truth.
Okay.
That did not believe the gospel, right?
Wicked of our people.
That's what it said.
That didn't obey the gospel.
That didn't obey. That's 2/3.
So I don't know. I got tribulation in the blue letter and in that.
Go and get the etymon first, then get the blue letter.
So this is tribulation in the etymon online.
Now the brother gonna read it again, and then the brother gonna bring out the word tribulation.
2 Thessalonians 1 and 6 again. Seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to recompense tribulation,
a state of affliction upon
to them that trouble you.
To those that trouble us, it is a good thing for the Lord to put them in a state of affliction. Slavery, heartache, societal collapse, starvation, expiation. Right? That's the thing. That's a good thing, man. I don't know about you, man. That's good enough for me. All right? Because it's a long time coming. Judgment Day. Go ahead, Doc.
So this is a tribulation in the etymon online. It says a state of affliction or oppression.
Oppression. Hey, shall we impress or oppress? Well, we'll do both.
Yeah.
Shit. We gonna
Scripture says we're going to oppress those that oppressed us in Isaiah 14.
Hey, either we can give you an O or an I am. I'm legend. Hey, we either going to impress you or oppress you. What you want? Go ahead.
It says suffering, distress.
Suffering. And suffering will be your teacher. Go ahead.
It says
distress.
Distress, trouble, affliction, to oppress or afflict. Figurative use by Christian writers of Latin, tribulare, to press, also possibly to thresh out again.
Woo, thresh the mountains and beat them small.
That's pretty much it in the etymon, King. And now in the blue letter.
So pretty much it's a righteous thing with our power to thresh these people. Philipsis.
That's the Greek word, and it says
Philipsis.
It says a pressing together, pressure.
Woo! Under pressure. Hey, you heathen gonna be under pressure real soon. Just how our people are under the yoke and under pressure day to day, you gonna be under pressure, man.
Metaphor: oppression, affliction, tribulation, distress,
straits, a way of difficulty. You heathen that have recompensed us. Well, we're gonna recompense you. Tribulation.
Psalms what?
23 and 4.
23 and 4. Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Al.
That was pretty much it.
That was it?
Yeah. Then you grab that Isaiah 19.
Come on, and jump to 4. You already know what to grab, out. That Sirach.
Yeah, I'm still holding it for you.
We're gonna bring Sirach out first.
Okay. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 34, beginning at verse 13. It reads, "The spirit of those that fear the Lord shall live, for their hope is in him that saveth them."
That's it. That's where our hope lies, in him that saveth us.
That's right. "Whoso feareth the Lord shall not fear nor be afraid."
Ooh, you will not fear, nor be afraid.
For he is his hope.
For he is his hope. Yahweh Bashim Shai is our hope.
That's right. Blessed is the soul of him that feareth the Lord, to whom doth he look?
Ooh, this is a question. So blessed is this soul that fears the Lord. These souls. Who do these look? Who does he look to? Who is his hope? His expectation. Because money ain't gonna save you, fucking people.
Nope.
Your status in society won't save you. It's only gonna be rich and poor, the have and the have-nots. Whether you have the Heavenly Father or you don't, whether you got his CHIP or you don't, that's what it's gonna be. That's what world we're coming into. It ain't gonna be you being a fucking content creator or whatever the hell. You're gonna have to choose a side. It's gonna be a line drawn in the sand.
That's right, bro.
What?
It says, to whom doth he look, and who is his strength?
Hey, Yahweh Bashim Shai. That's who. What?
For the eyes of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai are upon them that love him.
See, now we know that the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom to destroy it from off the face of the earth. It was us at the time, then it's America. But now we know that the eyes of the Lord are also on them that what?
That love him.
That love him.
That's right.
So in the midst of the danger, in the midst of the Lord destroying a place from off the face of the earth, his eyes are also upon the place for those that he loves to deliver them.
Deliver them. That's it, bro.
What up?
It says, he is their mighty protection and strong stay, a defense from heat.
Whoa! And the ultimate heat
that
is what?
heat is the missiles. And that laser fire. It says, in a cover from the sun at noon.
Now, hey, the Lord is a cover for us from the sun representing the highest point the sun can be is at noontime. That's at the height of Esau Edom's power. He's at the height of his power economically and technologically to come down on the people the way he sees fit. The Lord is going to cover us in that very same time.
That's right.
From his unrighteous decrees, from his onslaught, from his hands. What
a preservation from stumbling.
A preservation from stumbling, because a lot of our people are sleepwalking into this digital system. That he will not suffer us now to dwell in the land of Egypt, right? But it said, but my people are led as a flock to what?
To slaughter.
So the Lord ain't going to allow us to stumble and fall. We got a clear path.
And in help from falling.
Oh, and in help from falling, like Lord gonna grab us up before we fall, like the rest of these people. Like the rest of our people. They're gonna fall into the trap and be killed. If the blind lead the blind, well, both
fall into a ditch.
So they ain't only sleepwalking, but they blinded the motherfucker. But we like my man Matt Murdock though. And we blind, but we can hear and see every goddamn thing, man. Okay? We're the devil of hell's kitchen. Yeah, man. That's it. Hey, we in the kitchen, and we can take the heat. And to you people, we're devils to these people.
Yeah.
Hey, but we're the devil of hell's kitchen. All right, then. But y'all niggas have voted these niggas voted the kingpin over their nation.
Yeah.
Goddamn. This nigga a crook, but he in the White House and shit. Playing you motherfuckers right now, right? Go ahead, huh?
It says he raiseth up the soul, enlighteneth the eyes.
Woo, so the Lord is raising up our souls, and he's giving light to our eyes to see.
That eyesight.
That eyesight.
It says he giveth health, life, and blessing.
He giveth health, life, and blessing. Oh Lord,
Yahweh That's right, bro.
That was it?
Yeah.
But you get Chronicles again out?
Yeah.
And get into that article a little bit more. Was that the end of the article?
I believe it was
A little bit more? Yeah.
What were you about to say?
Get the Chronicles where it said that Ammon, Moab, and Syria were together, but it eventually came to a point where they're going to turn on one another. And that's exactly what's going to happen with these trade wars. Then it's going to lead to real war.
All right, so this is more in that article
Lift up thy voice.
from the AP News. It says slow growth and higher prices. Now Trump demanding the manufacturers to return production to America is swinging a tariff sledgehammer at the American importers and Chinese factories they rely on. It says the consequences of the tariffs at a scale which could be apocalyptic at many levels.
What? Like, what's going on right now? Apocalyptic. Apocalypses. Hey, that's Revelation in Spanish. And what's in the 13th chapter?
See it.
Apocalypse. Hey, that's it. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, said David French, Senior Vice President of the Government Affairs
It done
at the
said
National
David.
Retail
David
Foundation.
David
what it
said. David who?
David French,
Okay.
Senior Vice President of the Government Affairs at the National Retail Foundation.
And his name would be David, right? Because what's going to take over? Not the House of Representatives,
the House
but the
of
House of David. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, the tariffs are likely to push up prices.
Yeah, they're going to push him up.
It says it found that Americans expect long-term inflation to reach 4.4%.
And you got to remember, America's been in a recession since 2008. So it's going to go into a depression. And all the nations of the world see it. And you already know what happened in the 1930s under that depression, right? What did they do? They took away the gold standard during that time and gave you people fiat money. So what they going to do this time around during this depression? They're going to take away the dollar and they're going to give you a digital system. So there it is. And what the brothers lovingly call this decade? The Roaring 20s. We're in the 20s, right?
Yeah,
2025. The Roaring 20s. And what crashed at the end of the 20s? The stock market crashed in 29. But hey, the Lord gonna make this shit crash even before that. The Lord's willing this year. This year. Fuck all you people. Straight up. Y'all need to die, man. Straight up. Praise Yahweh Shema Shai. He gonna keep the elect. Fuck all you people. Y'all deserve to fall down, man. We fall down. Hey, come on, man. Good, all right?
It says inflation is going up in the United States. Stephen Roach, former chairman of Morgan Stanley Asia.
Nigga Roach, but he gonna tell you what it is, though. All right? See, the only thing that survives nuclear war is the Roach, man. So he let you know when this shit go up in flames, the only thing gonna be left is that digital system. It's what they call it, a demolition, but they call it when they bringing it down purposely, they call it what is it?
What, gradualism?
Not gradualism, but it's a demolition that they already planned to bring the building down. Does brothers know what that is?
Nah, it's like you pretty much said it though. It's like a
controlled demolition.
Okay,
Controlled demolition. That's what they do in Vegas when they take the
like explosives.
Yeah.
And then they press the button and it all comes down.
Yeah.
And it comes down in a neatly
fashion. Right.
It ain't all over the place. Yeah. That's how Babylon and the world powers are being brought down. Controlled.
Yeah.
Put up.
It says no business can run on uncertainty.
Woo! Now, can you get the First Kings, huh?
First Kings 6.
Yeah. Building of Solomon's temple. Oh no, go to Second Kings.
6. It's cool. I was holding it up. Where do you want me to start?
You can start.
I think this one when the army tried to besiege.
Ben Hadad, yeah.
Okay.
Where it said when he besieged it, when he went up. Start right.
This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 6, beginning at verse 24, and it reads.
This is what the nations of the world are doing to Babylon. They're cutting her off, but then Babylon itself did it because it became an isolationist society. And the nations are saying that the same policies that Trump is bringing out were the same policies that America was bringing out in the 1950s, where they were very skeptical of all the surrounding nations outside. They were wary of the communism in Russia. They were wary of the communism in China. They were an isolationist society. They had segregation. They were only about America. And that's when America was producing things. But Trump is not understanding that you don't produce anything.
Not at the same time.
And everything that you do produce, those companies are in these other lands because they have cheap labor and it's free either health care or a bigger window for economic woes. But it ain't in Babylon no more. So he can't get these companies to come back even if he wanted to. We provide leverage. That's what it's all about. Who provides more leverage? Is it America and its allies that are breaking apart? The BRICS. That's what most people are gonna go for. The BRICS nations. Who we gonna trust? Who can we trust? A lot of nations are jumping ship to the BRICS nations. You know?
2 Kings chapter 6, beginning at verse 24, and it reads, "And it came to pass after this, that Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, gathered all his hosts."
Oh, so the BRICS nations are gathering all the nations that's going to be with them, gathering their hosts, and they're going to go up and besiege through terrorists first, then through warfare second, America. Wait up.
And went up and besieged Samaria.
Now this happened to the northern kingdom.
Rakatha.
But it goes to show you it's going to happen to the north country this time. Wait up.
And there was a great famine in Samaria.
Oh, the lack of resources. And you got to remember, in the midst of this famine, who's present? The prophet. He's in his house chilling, you know? He was good. And the king was walking on the wall. He's bugging out. Everybody else was through. But yet in the midst of this besieging, there was a prophet there.
Yep.
Elisha. So in this besiegement, the prophets are here. But the difference is that the servants of the Lord eat out of the star. The servants of the Lord drink. And this one for you can't get right. This one for you, baby. And we gonna drink though. We gonna drink to the downfall of this place. So like that. We gonna drink to the downfall of this place. We gonna drink. Yeah, that's what we gonna do.
That's right, bro.
And we gonna rejoice in heart. While everybody else is vexed for vexation of spirit.
That's right.
Come.
It says, "And behold, they besieged it until an ass's head."
Until what? So they besieged it until what?
An ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver.
Something that you ain't even fucking supposed to
Ain't
eat.
supposed to eat.
But with these tariffs, that's gonna stop a lot of things coming from outside, from the world coming in. So you're gonna have to deal with what you gotta deal with. Like, damn, shit, let me get the beans and shit, but no eggs. Like, niggas gonna have to live off syrup sandwiches and shit, man. Like, very little bullshit that you ain't even supposed to fucking live on and shit. Niggas gonna have to live off that. Yeah, the cracker with the ketchup on the motherfucker, man. Cause niggas don't know how to eat no way. So they gonna be through. Right?
And the fourth part of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver.
Now
bird shit.
Eating bird shit, man.
God,
like, it's just some bullshit, man.
God.
So niggas gonna eat the very worst. And America's gonna eat the very worst of things. Because you gotta remember, the rest of the world doesn't deal with the processed shit and all this bullshit in it. So the Americans are gonna have to eat what they dished out. They gonna have to eat the shit that's killing them. Instead of eating that good stuff. That good, huh? See? They're gonna have to deal with that watered down, weak ass wine that's destroying their liver. They're gonna have to deal with that the Four Local, niggas gonna be local, man. Alright? Cause they can't get that good stuff from Mexico. Cause the borders is closed. Well, we can't afford to send that over there to y'all. Y'all gonna have to come across the border to get what we gonna give you. Canada, like, well, we got free healthcare over here, y'all don't. Y'all dying. This is gonna be bad. Cause what happens in a siege? People starve, they pine away, people can't help one another because they need help. So that's what's happening with this tariff of war. Motherfuckers can't help themselves, so they're gonna help themselves into a grave.
And as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall,
go, because what did this damn demon Trump say? He said, it's gonna hurt. Like, what did he say? He gonna hurt it?
He said it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
There it is. That's it.
Because the president for Canada, Trudeau, he said, "You put tariffs on me, but it's going to really hurt the American people." And not knowing that they just raised tax, LA County, LA tax went up to 10.5%.
damn.
right? And from Orange County, it was 9.75%. So because when I was bringing people up, and you kind of realize what flowers used to cost. Like a bundle of flowers cost $12.99 plus tax was $14, right? Even. So now it's $14.35. I'm like, damn. Like, so you're telling you in the midst of the tariffs, there's high taxes for you, American people.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
That's great.
Because you sold into the system, you know?
And now that system is breaking apart.
Yeah.
And who's really going to feel the downfall of a system but it's people?
It's people. Yeah.
That's it, huh? Yeah.
It says, and as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall.
And then your king, Trump, is passing by. He's seeing what the fuck is going on, how it's affecting you people. But guess what the king gonna say though? Guess what we gonna say? If the Lord your God is not with you, then what we gonna do? Especially to our people. This is really for our people. Because you Edomites, you heathen, y'all through, man. Go cry on the gods that y'all dealing with, man. And see if they gonna save you. They have eyes have they, but they see not. Ears have they, but they hear not. Mouths they have, but they speak not.
That's right.
But
There cried a woman unto him, saying, help, my Lord.
but guess what? A woman, right? Who gonna really cry in this
They
deal?
gonna probably feel
Who
it the
really?
most,
Who? They feeling it right now, bro. The job losses are mainly with women. All right, they don't do shit no fucking way. And they really gonna feel it when the money is null and void, and it ain't getting what it used to get. You know, women like to go out, have brunch and shit, and get drinks and have a good time all the time. While the men that they with, oh, I gotta get it for mama. These niggas slaving all fucking week to get this woman the money. But when the money can't get what it once did, that the purchasing power of the money can't get what you did get, then you gonna start feeling it at home. But brothers, we different. See, we get the best of the best, and we only get what we need. And the Lord always provides what we need every time. And our women don't fucking run us. We run the house. These niggas in this world, they women run them and gonna run these niggas out of house or home. Best believe that. And a lot of these bitches don't cook. So y'all niggas are through, man. Y'all niggas don't have to eat out. You gonna have to pay $25 for a burger. Hey, $25 for the burger.
Hey, it's so
like,
funny.
Damn, I want fries too.
My manager went to Chick-fil-A. He said I spent for a combo. He said $18.50, bro.
One combo out?
One combo costs
God
$18.50.
And the fries is about like this.
Yeah.
Little
Like,
small
he
package.
was like, "Do you eat out?" I was like, "No, I never eat out, bro."
Hey,
Yeah.
and when I eat out, bro,
Wow.
if I'm paying 18, maybe even 25, I go to this little spot, brothers know, and I get that lamb. But that's a pretty penny anyway, but that's good. That's something good going into my body. That's some bullshit burger and shit.
That's something too. You can break up into more than one meal.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep, I can just split it up, put the hummus right there with some unleavened, and I got the lamb. I can cut that up, put that in a little soup or whatever. You know, you make
It'd be
it
fire
work.
too, bro. It'd be fire.
Make it work.
Make it work.
Make it work.
Real quick.
Go ahead,
It's
go ahead.
Isaiah 65:13. You quoted a little bit ago, and it reads, "Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh by Shem Shai power. Behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty."
Hey. You got people in the home like we don't have any more water, babe. We got water. And we just talking about the lamb. Man, I can't afford that. Niggas buying a burger for $18. Goddamn. It ain't even good. You know how small the little burgers and shit is, bro. That shit ain't even like the burgers at that Isabella be making me bigger than this shit. Like, goddamn, okay, I'll buy that shit. Hey, it be a big ass thing like that. Let me take that home. but you pay $18 for some low level crap, man. Go ahead,
Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed.
See, the servants of the Lord, whom we believe we are, and we're rejoicing right now with these tariffs.
Right, bro.
And we shall rejoice. We will rejoice. And we're rejoicing now. Go ahead,
Isaiah 65 and 14, and it reads, "Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart."
See, we're going to sing for joy of heart. These terrorists have no effect on us because the Lord is going to feed us. David said it. He said, "I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread."
I got that too.
Ooh, that's spirit.
But ye shall cry for sorrow of heart.
But who? You that know not Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, you that are not an Israelite, you that are a heathen, you that deserves retribution and tribulation and anguish and oppression, you are going to howl. You are going to suffer.
As you just stated, and shall howl for vexation of spirit.
Howl. Howl.
That was it.
For vexation of spirit. But then you're going to hear other howls.
Woo!
Well purge.
Yeah.
You're going to hear. You know? You're going to hear another. But what type of American are you? Hey, you. You in the back there. Yeah, you. Now say it slow. Real slow in plain fucking English. Where are you from? Yeah? That's going to be it. That's all it's going to be. China. But that's why the nigga got shot, because now the terror wars with China.
China.
That's
Where you from? Nebraska? Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's American right there, man. Yeah. He's like, ask me one question. Hey, they call it the show me state. Why they call it the show me state? I don't know.
But it's American, though, right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
This is Psalms 37. I'm gonna begin at verse 18, 19, then I'll jump down to that 25.
It was a good year.
Yeah. It reads, "The Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever." Verse 19, back into what you just read in Isaiah 65.
Yep.
"They shall not be ashamed in the evil time."
See, the men of the Lord, the righteous, shall not be ashamed in this time. You people with these tariffs, y'all don't know what to do, because your prices are going to go up. We live here too, but the difference is the Lord's going to feed us.
That's right, bro.
We know what to do and what not to do. We know who to trust in and who not to trust in. Never trust
Thine enemy. That's right.
Yep. Go ahead up.
"And in the days of famine, they shall be satisfied."
Oh, and in the days of uncertainty, in the days of lack of resources, we shall be satisfied. Go ahead up.
And then jumping down to verse 25, it reads, "I have been young and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread."
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Man, if brothers have waxed old and we was young, we had never seen the righteous forsaken. We haven't been forsaken. And whatever you done to get here, go and keep doing that. Go ahead, MJ. Do your thing, man. Do your thing in this truth. Do what you gotta do. Because if you're a nigga, then you're gonna be removed from us. And the Lord gonna deal with you directly. And you don't want that. Do the right thing. The Lord always gonna be there for you if you do the right thing. Because a lot of fucking people gonna be through, and the Lord ain't gonna be there for them. So you gotta do the right thing so the Lord can be there for you.
That's right, bro.
Go ahead,
Back in 2 Kings chapter 6, and picking it up at verse 26 from the top again. It says, "And as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, Help, my lord, O king." And he said,
see people crying to Trump that lost their jobs. People crying to Trump about these new policies. But he can't help you. Because the Lord had besieged the land by way of with that Syrian king. The Lord is besieging Babylon by way of terrorists. This is the Lord's plan. And the Lord showed great signs over this place, so you're done. Alright? The Lord will not pass over this place. But he's going to pass by it. He's going to see it be destroyed.
And he said, "If the Lord do not help thee, whence shall I help thee?"
And that's beautiful that the terrorists came into effect. And what happened to the Nile River? It turned to blood. What happened to the moon the night of the Pesach? It turned to blood. It's a sign. And there was blood rain in Iran.
Yeah. Then it was another blood moon 2 weeks later.
partial eclipse.
And
What about
you said there was a warm moon or something like that?
worm moon? I think they call it a pink moon or something like
They
that.
say when that was happening.
Either last night or tonight. I believe it was last night because it's Shabbat.
Yeah.
That's when the moon got the full. So it had to come the last night. Might do it again this night. You never know. And they say that's a sign of rebirth and new beginnings. Like, so
You said it was a worm, right? You're
That
worm
worm.
Jacob.
I was holding that earlier when you said we had no standing army, bro.
That's it. Hey, so the world of Jacob is coming into effect while the world of Esau crumbles to nothing.
Because the word of butterfly, from a caterpillar to the butterfly, it means to be born again.
Born again.
Hey, but the Lord said you must be born again. Hey, but we got my man Daredevil born again.
Born again. Yeah, that's right.
Come on, man. It all connects.
Yeah.
We got Amalek right there, man. He in the clouds. It might be Jake though. He got a little style.
Got a little,
It might be a nigga, man. All right, man. Nigga that want to be a nigga. All right. I'm cool. Konnichiwa. Yeah, all right. Okay. Go ahead.
And he said, if the Lord do not help thee, whence shall I help thee?
So, you American people can cry to your leaders all you want, but if the Lord power has destined this place to fall and you to be in that state of vexation, what can your leaders do?
Yeah, bro.
You're in the hands of the Almighty now, and He will not let you escape.
Scripture say it's a fearful thing.
Oh,
all in the hands of the living power.
And another thing, like Samuel said to Jesse, he said, that is what the Lord requires. The things we love the most. So the Lord is going to require that from all you people. The things you love the most. If you love to eat, He's going to require that from you. You love your children, He's going to require that from you. You love your job, He's going to require that from you. You love your woman, He's going to require that from you. Because you don't love Him. You love things. So He's going to take those things from you. And when you call to Him, He will not answer. He'll turn His back on this place. Good. But He will have His ears open to the elect.
That's right, bro.
Go ahead, Doc.
It says, out of the barn floor or out of the wine press.
Out of the barn floor or out of the wine press. Woo. So pretty much we can't get it from nowhere.
From nowhere, yeah, God.
Everything through. Like, what you want me to do? Hey, you got to pay the price. And the price is right. And it's only going to climb.
Yep.
Right?
And the king said unto her, what aileth thee?
What aileth thee? Like, what's really going on?
Going on?
Because imagine the stories that's going on across Babylon of what's really fucking going on. Women putting their children in the ovens and shit. Niggas are shooting each other because the nigga had the last loaf of bread. People was fighting over eggs.
Yeah.
You know, he getting all this on his desk every day. He just sliding to the left, like, man. To the left, man. And then he had to come on national TV or whatever and say that things have to get worse before they get better. Can you get Joel back? 18. Go ahead, huh?
And she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son, that we may eat him today. And
that's literally what's going on. These women really ate their children in the sense of fuck them damn kids. And what did Trump say? He said, you motherfuckers on Section 8 got 2 years time to get your shit together or you're out. I don't give a shit about you or your children. And then he told the Northern Kingdom, oh, well, my baby was born here, but you're not. You weren't born here.
Yeah.
Well, you can take your baby and go back to your own country. So there you go. A cruel Lord, a fierce king.
Give thy son that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow.
So people gonna get desperate that they're gonna give up their children. They're gonna give up the things that they thought they would never give up. They're gonna have to. The Lord is gonna force them to.
So we boiled my son and did eat him. God damn.
Well, that's what's gonna come, huh?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers already eat people and shit. McDonald's. McDowell's and shit. Yeah.
McDowell's.
Yeah.
Coming to America.
They got to go to the Arches. We got to go to the Arches. Yeah. Like same shit.
Yeah.
They got the sesame seed bun. We got the
Our buns.
no seeds.
Go ahead.
And I said unto her on the next day, give thy son that we may eat him.
So people gonna start saying what they gonna do with each other, but it ain't gonna go that way.
God.
Families are gonna start saying, well, I'm gonna do this for you, and they gonna run for the hills the next day, and your family gonna be through. You might have lost your job, and the other person had a job. Well, I'll get this to you, and then they gonna take it, but then they gonna hide their shit. Like, it's gonna get to a point where people hiding their own shit. It's like, remember how they ate the son? And the other woman hit her son.
Hit her son, yeah.
Hold on, man. Hold on, B. And that's gonna lead to them invading one another.
Man.
In the midst of them eating each other, imagine people invading one another at the same time. And imagine pestilence. And imagine warfare on the outside. And imagine just nothing going on the inside. Imagine that.
A time like never before, like the scripture said.
Yep, go ahead up.
Man. It says, give thy son that we may eat him, and she had hid her son.
Wow, see? So people gonna go out and do what they gotta do, but they gonna hid what they got. They gonna be on that prep shit. But I'll eat what you got, but I got my own. Yeah. Go ahead up.
And it came to pass, when the king heard the words of the woman, that he rent his clothes. And he passed by upon the wall, and the people looked, and behold, he had sackcloth within upon his flesh. Then he said, the Most High do so, and more also to me, if the head of Elisha, the son of Shaphat, or Shaphat, shall stand on him this day.
So eventually the king gonna see what's happening in his nation. And the main thing that this dude thought about was the prophet. It's his fault. And hence persecution. For the prophet. But the perennial prophets of doom, it's their fault that this is happening. But nigga, you the one signing the terrorist and shit. Nigga, I didn't sign no executive. Yeah, you did that, man. And can you get that make a man offended for a word? It's coming, brothers. It's coming that the persecution will fall upon those that serve the Lord.
That's right.
But it's okay. It's all right. Let it come. Bring it.
That's right, bro.
Man,
it says, but Elisha sat in his house, and the elders sat with them.
And so he was sitting with the elders, man. He's chilling right now. Yeah, shit, you know? Look, hey, so we gonna be chilling in our house when all this go down. Just like in 2020. We were told not to go out. Where was brothers at? Chilling in their house. Seeing what the fuck was really going on. Like, damn, what the fuck is really going on right now? We gonna sit amongst the elders too. So we listen to the apostles and elders. We sitting amongst those men. We're hearing what the fuck going on. Like, don't even be moved. Whatever happens to them, better them than us. You know.
And the king sent a man from before him, but Aaron, the messenger came to him. He said to the elders,
see, he already knew the messenger was coming to him. We already knew the persecution is coming down.
Yeah.
We already know these niggas gonna knock on our door.
Yeah.
So Elisha already knew, like, I guess the king sending somebody for me. Go ahead, up.
See ye how this son of a murderer has sent to take away mine head?
Oh, this is going into the kings of Israel is wicked as hell. And this same dude reigning was the son of a murderer. That motherfucker, hold on, you gonna come take my head?
Yeah.
But you come from a long line of assholes. So Trump looking at us like we the bad guys, but nigga, you come from a long line of devils. But we're the bad guys because we told you. We told the American people the truth when you didn't tell them. But we're the bad guys. We'll take a look at a bad guy. Eh? This is the last time you see a bad guy look like this. All right? Oh, and this brother got it. And you gotta say, you fight your fuck. Yeah.
He says, you all a bunch of assholes. Why? Because you don't got the balls to be who you want to be.
He's like, hey, you look at me, and you punch your fucking fingers, and you say, look, that's the bad guy.
So what? That makes you what?
Good? He's like, you people just know how to hide. And that's it. So the brother's right. I mean, Tony Martell was right. He's like, you punch your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy right there. But does that make you good? Nah. You just know how to hide. And literally, politicians know how to hide. But we're out here telling the people the truth. We supposed to be in those ruling seats, and that's why the Lord gonna do
What
it.
does the script say? Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?
We gotta hit him with the Robert De Niro. Hey, oh, slow down. Hey, told you the truth. Go ahead.
It says, look, when the messenger cometh, shut the door and hold him fast at the door.
Woo!
Is not the sound of his master's feet behind him?
Yeah.
And while he yet talked with them, behold, the messenger came down unto him. And he said, behold, this evil is of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. What should I wait for the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai any longer? That was it of that chapter.
Hey, that's the spirit. The man was the messenger came down unto him, and he said, behold, this evil is of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. He even knew, like, damn, this evil is of the Lord. Even these goddamn reporters and politicians, they know this evil is of the Lord. Not Trump. It's not him. There's a greater power behind him.
That's right, bro.
These great evils are of the Lord Yahweh Shai. And in the midst of the evil, he's going to show who he's really with.
And shall be known who are my chosen.
Yeah, now go to that Chronicles, huh?
Come.
I got that Isaiah 29 to go. Making a fender for
Yep. Bring it out, bro.
All right, this is Isaiah 29, 20 and 21. 1 is in 21. And it reads, for the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed.
The terrible one is brought to nothing. And the what?
And it says, and the scorner is consumed.
All you scorners are going to be consumed. And what is about to come? Then the list say, well, isn't not his master's feet behind him? And he coming to take my head, and he already knew, like, well, hey, hold him fast. And what did that messenger say? This evil is
the
of the
Lord. Yep.
Damn.
And all that watch for the iniquity are cut off.
Woo! And all those that watch for the iniquity, our iniquity, are cut off because they think we're the bad guys. But no, all this evil that's going to befall you is because of your own merit.
That's right.
You didn't take the time of grace to turn back, you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You didn't take the time to turn back. So when the evil befalls you, well, wear it. Put it on. You put it on, man. That's what you made. Call upon the gods which you have chosen. But as for me and my house,
We gonna serve the Lord.
we gonna serve the Lord.
How about Shem Yahushua?
And that's what that messenger see. He went to the house of the prophet and was like, well, damn, he chilling. Everybody else through. Then this evil is up. It's of the Lord. How he cool and everybody else through. That's what people gonna see. They're like, why are these men cool and we ain't cool? You don't know. Brother read it beautifully in Isaiah 65. Servants of the Lord gonna eat and drink. Everybody else ain't gonna eat or drink. They gonna be vexed in their spirit.
All right, this is Isaiah 29 and 21, and it reads, that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate.
With their decrees, they're laying a snare for us that reproves in the gate. We have said nothing wrong. We have told you only the truth. Like my man Daniel on the Book of Daniel movie, he said, "O King, I will speak unto you only the truth, and if you will not hear it, you must ask me nothing." So if you don't hear the truth, don't ask us a damn thing. But we gonna tell you what it is. We're gonna tell you, thus saith the Lord.
That's right.
But
And turn aside the just for a thing of naught.
and they turning aside us for a thing of nothing, but yet we're the very ones that you're gonna send messengers to see what the true matter is. And there's gonna come a time where our tongue is gonna cleave to the roof of our mouth. We gonna be just gonna look past the nigga like, what you want, man?
Yeah.
What you want, B? Hey, man, hey, wrap that
it
shit
up,
up,
B.
man.
Wrap it up, B.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up, man. Like, yeah, that's it. And you got that at
Hey, Chronicles?
Con.
You want me to go back to my notes?
Go to the point where Ammon and Moab will turn against. Oh yeah, where you were.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Yeah.
Come. You finished reading Zion?
Go back.
that
Go
was
back.
it,
Go
G.
back.
Okay.
Go back to where you were. Yeah.
Back in 2 Chronicles chapter 20, picking it back up at verse 23, straight to the point. It says, for the children of Ammon and Moab stood up against the inhabitants of Mount Seir.
So the children of Ammon, the Japanese, and the children of Moab, the Chinese, have stood up against the people of Mount Seir, the so-called self-proclaimed white man. Whether he be French, Russian, Canadian, German, they're standing up against them with these tariffs. Because the majority of Babylon's debt is in their hands.
Yep.
So they have power. They got a poker face, huh? Go ahead, huh?
Utterly to slay and destroy them.
Utterly to slay and destroy them. First, economically, then through trade and goods, then through war. Don't think of it, the Japanese forgot about those 2 bombs that was dropped on them.
That.
I don't think so. And now they have joined forces with those that do have that capability to drop the same on those guys over there.
That's right.
Well, they drop bombs on us, but we gonna rain missiles on them. Hey, remember that song that was played at the job? Riding with a horse with no name. Hey, that's talking about America.
Yeah. Set up into the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain.
And that rain going into the apostles and elders, double honors unto those men, much love to those men right there. That's a song of America being destroyed, and the horse with no name. Hey, they gotta represent the chariot, huh? And then it said, it feels so good to be out of the rain. The rain represents the missiles raining down. Hey, that was always my song. I used to, the mom used to be bumping at me, riding with him like, oh, I like this song.
That's spirit. That song's alright.
That's spirit. Go ahead, huh?
And when they had made an end of the inhabitants of Seir, everyone helped to destroy another.
Hey, you gotta pull that up and play it a little bit. We're gonna play it for him, man. It's too good. Go ahead.
Okay. It says, and when Judah came toward the watchtower in the wilderness.
Woo! And that's the spirit. Our watchtower. Yeah. Our watchtower is the name of Yahweh Shemashah. That's why we're able to look out.
That's right.
And see what the hell is going on while at the very same time being safe. Go ahead.
They looked into the multitude, and behold, they were dead bodies falling to the earth.
So when this war starts conventionally, a lot of dead bodies is going to be out there. Didn't the Lord promise that the birds a feast?
Promised them a feast.
And then when Yahweh Shai arrives, they're going to be eviscerated.
That's right.
As if millions of voices cried out in terror and was suddenly silenced. Go on with your exercises. I felt a great disturbance in the force. It's going to be a great disturbance. It's going to be a power vacuum when Babylon falls. The nations ain't going to even know. First, they're going to be like, all right, let's shoot these missiles on her. When Babylon's destroyed, it's going to be reaping, right? And then the world's armies are going to be eviscerated. It's going to be the same day, same time.
Hell of a time.
Like, what? And then the men of the Lord beamed up.
Being abducted, changed.
And then the armies of heaven engulfing the planet. Damn, boy.
It says they were dead bodies falling to the earth, and none escaped.
None are going to escape what the Lord is about to do.
That's right.
And we're going to see it from the watchtower. Are we going to see it from the chariots, Lord's will?
What it say? Look down and see the reward of the wicked.
And only with thine eyes will thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Yeah.
91. Yep. And when Jehoshaphat and his people came to take away the spoil of them.
Because we're going to come back down to the planet Earth, the Ha'arataza. And we're going to take the spoil of the earth.
Get the booty.
We're going to get the booty, Del Fuck. And you know Jake like booty, man. He was probably like the only people I know since I was coming up talking about it. Now all these other clowns is talking about it, but Jake been talking about the booty. Not even about the woman backside per se, but it's in our blood to be conquerors.
Yeah.
And what comes to conquering? Spoiled.
Yep.
Go ahead.
They found among them in abundance both riches with the dead bodies and precious jewels, which they stripped off for themselves.
Yeah.
More than they could carry away.
Man, more than what they can carry, huh? Go ahead.
And they were 3 days in gathering of the spoil. It was so much.
It was so much spoil. 3 days of gathering the spoil.
And on the 4th day, they assembled themselves in the valley of Berakah, or Berakah, for there they blessed Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Therefore, the name of the same place was called the Valley of Berakah unto this day.
Yep.
Then they returned, every man of Judah and Jerusalem, and Jehoshaphat in the forefront of them, to go again to Jerusalem with joy.
Woo, that's it.
For Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai had made them to rejoice over their enemies.
Woo! We gonna rejoice over our enemies. We're rejoicing now that they're going head up. And we know what the end is gonna be.
That's right.
Once they help to destroy Seir, they destroy one another. That's how it's going to end. Go ahead, Up.
And they came to Jerusalem, with psalteries and harps and trumpets.
Music. See, our people have always been a musical people.
Yeah, God.
It just started fucking Babylon with the blues and rap and shit. We always been a musical people. But it began with our praise to the Lord. Not to a woman or crying over some broad that left you, whatever. No, it's crying to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, praising Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, thanking Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, glorifying Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai.
That's right, bro. And they came to Jerusalem with psalteries and harps and trumpets unto the house of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And the fear of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai was on all the kingdoms of those countries.
The fear of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is on all the kingdoms of the earth because of the men of the Lord. That's why the persecution is coming. They ain't fearing niggas in the streets and damn Simeonites that got crushed in the club and shit. No, they fear the men of the Lord. The fear of the Lord is falling upon the earth again. But how much more after the Lord decimates the world's armies and Babylon is destroyed and other nations is hit and the earth is rocking to and fro like a drunkard and few men left, and then the men of the Lord come back down and conquer the earth. The fear of the Lord will fall upon all the earth.
That's right, bro.
And the very same stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the world. And that's talking about the government of Yahshua. The empire of Israel will make earth better than it ever was. Go ahead.
When they had heard that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai fought against the enemies of Israel,
this is what they're going to hear. Like, damn, the Lord fights for them. Damn, he turned their missiles against it. And once man turns his weapons upon his own kind, it'll be the writing in the sky. All right? And that day is upon you now. Go ahead,
so the realm of Jehoshaphat was quiet.
The realm, of the Lord's judgment. It's quiet. That's what's gonna be the kingdom.
Yeah,
quiet. Because the Lord's judgment have went out.
That's right.
It's gonna be quiet.
For his power gave him rest round about.
So our power is gonna give us rest round about. Can you get that? Go to Genesis, real quick. Going into there was no money in Egypt. You got that in Isaiah? Isaiah 19. Go there real quick.
19 and 4, straight to the point.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 4, straight to the point. And it reads, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hands of a cruel Lord.
Donald J. Trump, it is spiritual, bro. I'm not tooting my own horn or whatever. I remember years ago when the nigga was in office. I literally said that was him through the spirit. And brothers like, we don't know. I was like, it gotta be this motherfucker. And then the apostles was talking about him like, that's him. It gotta be him. Because I knew that the Lord right there wasn't the Heavenly Father or Yahushua. It was another Lord like a king or someone beneath the Heavenly Father and his Son. It wasn't actually the Lord in all caps, which is the Father, nor is it the Lord with a capital L and everything else lowercase, which is Yahushua. It was another Lord, like a landlord or a person over a country. It's like, gotta be that guy. And now, lo and behold, we know perfectly that it is him. Go ahead,
Reading on, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai.
That fierce king, he's fierce in his policies. He's fierce in his approach. He's fierce in the way he looks at the rest of the world. Isn't it wonderful? Wonderful. All
right. And it says, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, the Lord of hosts.
The Lord of hosts. The Lord has set this man's mind to be against you people. It is the Lord's doing. The Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart of old. When all the plagues was hitting his people, he hardened them still again to bring more plagues upon the people. So the Lord is doing the same to modern day Pharaoh.
I just read this quick point from that same article from AP News.
Yeah.
Just to back up what you said with Trump and his policies. It says
Yeah.
it's not
Can
the
you get
size
that
of
game?
Trump's tariffs
Oh yeah, God.
that has businesses bewildered and scrambling. It's the speed and unpredictability in which the president is rolling them out.
Ooh.
So yeah, that's it. Straight to the point.
But what did he promise you people? Operation Warp Speed. That's gonna be fast like a mother.
God.
And I seen Satan fall as lightning.
From heaven.
So this place is falling economically quick.
God.
It's falling morally quick, and its destruction shall be quick.
Yeah.
It shall be fast.
In 1 hour, right?
Yeah.
1 hour.
Speedy riddance.
Speedy riddance of all that dwell in the land.
That's right, bro.
But
That policy.
Baba Kushal.
God.
Now this goes back to Antiochus Epiphanes IV, a demon.
Yeah.
But now you want your democracy. It's coming again. They're using the same old playbook that they used back in Andor. Stormtroopers are coming. Yeah. Nothing new, man. Go ahead, huh?
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 8, verse 25. It reads, and through his policy also.
Hey, through the policy of this administration, what is it gonna do? As it did before. Go ahead, huh?
He shall cause craft to prosper in his hand.
Craft to prosper. Go ahead, huh?
It says, and he shall magnify himself in his heart.
Whoa, so Esau Edom, preferably Trump, he's more stout than his fellows. He's magnifying himself in his heart. He's making this country isolationist again. And it's gonna be socialist. And also, they mentioned something, when you're a fascist, that's just another word for white supremacy. Somebody brought that out. And ain't this demon bringing back segregation?
Yeah.
Hey, segregation today, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever. That's what's gonna be in the
Let's
kingdom.
go.
All right, go ahead, Doc.
And by peace shall destroy many.
And by peace, because tariffs ain't really an action of war, but it is an action
But
of
it
war.
is, yeah. No.
But he's destroying many through peace, because there hasn't been war yet. And when they shall say what? Peace and safety, then sudden destruction will come upon them, man. But it's economically first, and then, well, it's gonna get physical. Physical, like the damn songs and shit. Go ahead, Doc.
He shall also stand up against the prince of princes.
Oh, but they got their space force. Now this Antiochus Epiphanes stood up against the prince of princes then. They really stand up against him now. Go ahead, Doc.
Got that played out for him. Or destroyed his ass.
Yeah.
But he shall be broken without hand.
How they gonna be broken without hand? The Lord ain't gonna come with an actual weapon. But his weapon is gonna be out of his mouth, which is the epicenter of the chariot, and that's what's gonna destroy the armies of the world. He shall, because Esau's pride is in his military. He shall be broken without hands. Just as a stone that was carved, not by human hands, but smote the image.
That's right.
And the dust blew it away. And the wind swept it away. It was that wind. The nuclear wind.
Destroying him.
And that same stone became a great mountain, a government, and filled the earth. That's just like how it is. It's like this.
Man.
Filled the whole earth, man. Go ahead, Doc.
That was on that Daniel.
Okay, come. Hold something out.
I went to 2 verse 13, so something that I wrote coming back.
Oh, no, it's all good. We don't even have to grab that. Continue on what you had. And then,
I had that Genesis that you.
oh, yeah, go to that Genesis real quick.
Wait a minute. Start by. 13?
Yeah.
Come.
Because they gathering up all the money, right? In modern Egypt. They did it in ancient Egypt. And you got to remember, Joseph was a righteous man. So you don't think that the wicked will use it for a wicked device? Wickedly? They're going to do the same thing our forefather Joseph did, righteously, to preserve a kingdom, but they're going to do it wickedly to destroy it.
That's right, bro.
Go ahead,
This is Genesis chapter 47, beginning at verse 13. It reads, and there was no bread in all the land.
There's no bread in all the land. Lack of resources. No money. Because, you know, Jay called money bread.
Yeah.
Ain't no money, man. Ain't nothing out here, B. They going to have to get it how they live. They going to have to go to the devil of Hell's Kitchen to help them out. They going to have to go to a vigilante. People going to become that in these days.
Yeah, that's spirit.
Yeah,
I say that. It says, for the famine was very sore.
Woo! It's going to be very sore in America. This famine.
So that the land of Egypt and all the land of Canaan fainted by reason of the famine.
Woo! Now, can you get 2nd Ezra 16? Go to the point where it said that war is coming, evil, and then they're going to fight one another because of the lack of bread. Alright? When you got it, say amen. Now.
Say amen.
I believe it's 15 or is it 16?
16.
No, that's the arrow shot. You said 2nd Ezra 16?
Yeah, get it. Yeah, right there, 22. And then you can jump to 15 also.
All right, so this is 2nd Ezra 16 and 22. And it reads, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
Because most people going to think the only way out is militarily. They're going to be destroyed by the sword. And those that dwell within, the famine going to get it.
Famine gonna get it.
The famine going to get you.
Verse 23. And the dead shall be cast out as dung. And there shall be no man to comfort them.
Nah, because it ain't going to be, it's going to be uncertainty. They ain't going to know what's coming next. And it's going to be a crying for wine in the streets. Wine, literally, because they ain't going to know where it's coming from. And it's going to be a crying for answers.
Yeah.
Mainly answers.
Huh?
The wine can make them merry, but it's going to be heavy to them that drink it. So it ain't really going to fix it. Go ahead,
For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down.
Boom. Hence, your only way of normacy, from civil war to the cannibalism, to the wild beasts, to the men of the Lord, to persecutions, to the robots, your only place of refuge would be for these people a 15-minute city.
15? Oh, you was jumping to 15? 15 years I'm going to invading one another homes because of lack of bread.
Yeah.
That's up here. Like around verse 18 or so.
15. Start at 14.
All right. So this is 2nd Ezra 15 and 14, and it reads, woe unto the world and them that dwell therein.
So, affliction, anguish, and destruction to the world and them that dwell therein. Because we're in the world, but we're not of the world. See, right. we dwell here, but we're not here. We're with the Lord. You people that dwell here and love to be here and don't want nothing to do with the Lord, woe unto you. Go ahead,
2nd Ezra 15 and 15, and it reads, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh.
It says the war of their destruction draws very near. And that's talking about World War III. In the modern translation, it literally says the war of their destruction draws near.
And one people shall stand up and fight against another.
That's not only on a global scale, world war, but it's going to be on a political and domestic scale here in the States. Civil war.
That's right.
But what type of you must be retarded. They're trying to kill us, and we're trying to kill them. All right, but who do you work? He's like, who's in that house? Somebody trying to shoot us? Thank you. Yeah, like that's what it's gonna be. It ain't gonna be nobody really following. It's just gonna be the spirit that's gonna be out here.
And swords in their hands.
Oh, modern day sword is what?
The guns.
But what type? Hey man, you in the back? Yeah, you. Yo. And now say it real slow and in plain fucking English. Where you from? That's it. That's what it's gonna be. They're gonna be like, well, our society crumbled because of these fucking immigrants. Because of the left, they're gonna be asking who you with. Bernie Mac, for real. Who you with? Who you with? Yeah, they're gonna be asking that question, man. And if you don't give them the right answer, pow, right in the kiss. You're done. I believe you, baby. Man, you been sleeping with everybody. Lil Mo with the gimpy leg, Tony, everybody. I forgive you, baby. But my Tommy gun don't. Now I get into the count of 10 to get your ugly, yellow carcass out my doorstep. 1, 2, 10. He's like, why is killing niggas?
He was enjoying that shit.
That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a symphony for the Edomites when the guns is going on, man. It's gonna be forever purged. Go ahead, out.
This is 2 Ezra 15 and 16.
And that's actually coming into fruition. The borders of Canada and Mexico will be closed indefinitely until the American government restores order. And they ain't gonna restore it. Go ahead, out.
This is 2 Ezra 15 and 16, and it reads, For there shall be sedition amongst men and invading one another.
Sedition goes into the people going against their standing government, a monarchy or a state. So it's gonna be state versus state, people against the leadership of this society. Go ahead, huh?
They shall not regard their kings nor princes.
They ain't gonna regard the law.
And
or they gonna take the law into their own hands.
Yep.
The people of Gotham is yours, and Gotham will endure. That's what it's gonna be. See, they're gonna say Babylon will endure from what they think they're gonna do. They think they're gonna be doing the right thing, but it's only gonna lead to further turmoil. Word up. Word up.
And the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
They gonna do what they gotta fucking do, man. Alright? My children gotta eat.
Yeah.
Your children got food. So
It's gonna be all about survival.
it's all gonna be about what they can get. You know? Word up.
2 Ezra 15 and 17, and it reads, A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
15-minute cities, military installations, and also the unknown. There are things far more dangerous out there than those that are infected. You have slavers, traders, raiders, and marauders. You got worse things out there waiting for you. You know, then it's gonna be demons out here. It's gonna be spooky, eerie out here. It's gonna be evil spirits out here. Go ahead,
2 Ezra 15 and 18, and it reads, For because of their pride, the city shall be destroyed.
So because of your people's pride, your own city shall be destroyed. Because you refuse to move, you refuse to listen, you refuse the judgment of Yahweh Shema Shai, so it will fall upon you. And like one of those, like he was like a Green Beret, he said, when you seeing shit go haywire and everybody's glued to the news, you have those 12 hours to go east, west, north, or south to get out of fucking Dodge, because after that, there's no leaders. And you're gonna be in a rude awakening. Go ahead,
Verse 18 again from the top, For because of their pride, the city shall be destroyed. Slakia. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and their houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Now, if men are afraid, how much more ye women? Because they're already about to lose it when the money fails. How much more when they take to the streets? And when they come door to door, not what's those ladies that used to go to the door and shit? Nah, not the Jehovah's Witnesses, like where they were selling Avon lady. They ain't gonna be the Avon lady. They met Avon lady, and they go bow, bust the damn door open, and take what they like. And when you packing, Tiny, packing you, and they gonna take you away. Go ahead,
2 Ezra 15 and 19, and it reads, A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with the sword.
So they're gonna destroy their houses with the gun, and bring it down. These houses weak as hell anyway. They like paper shade or some shit. They ain't made with brick and stone and all that like they used to be. We had to break down the walls to get in there. These houses gonna be
Easy work.
Easy work. We can do this the hard way or the easy way. The easy way. And that's it. They gonna knock you people over the head with reality, and you had to do it just that way. Go ahead,
Reading on. And spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Woo! So they're gonna spoil your goods, whether it be you, what you own, your son Jimmy, your daughter Tammy, and your wife Cindy. They're gonna take it all if you're not strong enough. like my man Jay said to K on MIB, the first one, he said, hey, okay. So is it worth it? He said, yeah, it's worth it. If you're strong enough.
Strong enough.
Hey, remember you sitting there all the time when the sun's going. Hey, to you men out there that is doing everything for mama, in order for you to keep what you have in these days, will it be worth it? Yeah. If you're strong enough. Because if the other guy's stronger than you, you've lost.
You lost. Yeah.
You lost. Hey, go back to that.
To the Genesis out?
Con.
Back in Genesis chapter 47.
Con, if you get Isaiah 19 real quick. Well, Isaiah 19 and jump to like 8 and then jump to like 14. Go ahead.
Con. Picking it back up at verse 14. It reads, and Joseph gathered up all the money that was found in the land of Egypt.
That's what they're doing so they can bring New Egypt into a digital system. Go ahead.
And in the land of Canaan for the corn which they bought. And Joseph brought the money into Pharaoh's house.
Hey, so they're going to put all the money into one, what? Central bank. What up?
And when money failed in the land of Egypt.
And money is going to eventually fail in Babylon, in America. Then what happens?
And in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said.
And that goes to show you, it said it failed in the land of Canaan. That's the land of plenty.
Land of plenty, yeah.
So the Lord is letting you know in the future sense, we're in Egypt now, but everywhere else that you will get things from is going to be as a wilderness, as if there's nothing out there, because ain't nothing going to be coming in. Right up.
All the Egyptians came unto Joseph, and
all the Americans are going to come
and said, "Give us bread."
Oh, they're going to come back, man. We need something. Well, we're going to give you a new system in order for you to get bread and eggs and all the shit you need for your children. Go ahead.
For why should we die in thy presence? For the money faileth.
The money fails. Who we gonna go to? We have a solution. UBI, RFID. Take it. Give us your arm like they did with the jabby jab.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Joseph said, "Give your cattle, and I will give you for your cattle if money fails."
Give everything that's lucrative in this society. Your house, put it on up for a loan. Cindy's college fund. Anything that's lucrative that can move, anything that can be as money when money fails, that's what the government is going to demand of you. Go ahead, and which is communism. Communism. Go ahead.
And they brought their cattle unto Joseph, and Joseph gave them bread in exchange for horses and for the flocks.
Hey, but they're going to give up their cars that run on gasoline to get a Tesla.
Yeah.
So they're going to give everything that they've ever had over to the government, and the government going to give them what they need back, what they asked for. Money, credit,
and for the cattle of the herds, and for the asses. And he fed them with bread for all their cattle for that year. When that year was ended, they came unto him the second year and said unto him, "We will not hide it from my lord."
People gonna still be doing bad. Still gonna be through.
How that our money is spent.
Our money is spent is through. Hey, that's what they're gonna do with the tariffs. Like that, we through. We can't live how we live. These tariffs and the money being gone has made things a lot more harder. Even though you got what you wanted, you got the money, but it's gonna be digital.
My lord also hath our herds of cattle,
but the government has everything we own. We don't have nothing. But you shall own nothing and be happy. Then we tell you this. Told you that.
There is not aught left in the sight of my lord, but our bodies and our lands.
Woo! So you got the Internet of Things and the Internet of Bodies.
Yep.
See? Go ahead,
Damn. Wherefore shall we die before thine eyes, both we and our land?
So they're going to offer their bodies. They're going to offer their hands. We're going to give you a helping hand. Go ahead,
Buy us and our land for bread.
Woo! So you're going to be bought. You're going to be owned by the government. Go ahead,
And we and our land will be servants unto Pharaoh.
So they already got the land.
Yeah.
Now they just need you people. And you're going to be owned lock, stock, and barrel.
And give us seed that we may live and not die.
UBI. That's what's going to come. This happened in the ancient time. It's going to happen again. Get that out. That was it, King.
This is Isaiah 19 and 8, and it reads, "The fishers also shall mourn."
Oh, that's going into the economy. The goods coming in and coming out. They're going to mourn. The fishers.
And all they that cast an angle into the brook shall lament.
Woo!
They're
going to lament about the trade. They're going to lament about supply and demand. It's a supply chain.
And they that spread their nets upon the water shall languish.
Hey, internet. Then they have these networks where they work and do business and commerce is going to be broken. What?
Moreover, they that work in the fine flax and they that weave networks shall be confounded.
Material is going to be confounded. Everything moving is going to stop somewhere. Jump down, King.
Now this is Isaiah 19:14, and it reads, the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof.
There's a perverse spirit in the midst of Egypt. Not only in the sodomite spirit, but just in morale and everything. Everything is through.
And they have caused Egypt to error in every work thereof.
What you have done to the rest of the world, they're starting to get out of that sleep, the stupor, but the American people is falling victim to it. And now their cruel Lord is reigning over them to bring it forth to pass.
It says, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
Man, so Babylon is just going to keep staggering until it's through.
Verse 15, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or the tail, branch or rush may do.
So that's going from a recession into a depression. No work. Just like in the 1930s.
We're pressed. Stop.
Is it still rolling? Yeah, that was
No, it's good.
Yeah, but that was pretty much it. All right.
I normally do.
Okay, so we gonna close out, man. We gonna close out. The Lord's one, this is an edifying lesson. We gonna first face the east and give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem HaKadosh.
double honors once again to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well. Continue to do so. Salutations, peace, and blessings unto the hopeful elect, that house of David. And with that, we say shalom.
Shalom.
Kwame Ashala.
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 Where were you
When the Israelites took over the planet.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barak Adon.
Yeah.
Shalom.
Yeah, this is that our